So do we need much of a recap then, or are we happy to launch in?
Why don't we just wait until our dinner appointment?
Yeah, pretty much. What I'm going to do, because I've done a little bit with Ted. We had a mini game. We were having a mini game via text. I actually quite enjoyed it, Ted. To be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
So Ted's done a little bit. So what I'm going to say is, it's 6 o'clock. Everything with you guys has already happened. We're up to the point where Rictavio got up to do his storytelling. The 6th bell rings and Festa walks into the pub. Okay? Happy with that?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Crack on.
I'm still waiting for map tools to load up. But...
Okay. Righto.
So, as long as you don't need me to move around, I'll be fine.
No, theatre of the mind. So you've arranged to meet as soon as possible. 6th bell rings. Festa walks through the door. First thing you see then, Festa would see the table in front of the doors. Your party, the rest of your party is sat. Beyond that, there's a counter. A barroom counter. The owner makes himself obvious to you and he nods, but he can see that you've already made eye contact with the fellows, and you look outlandish enough that he's put 2 and 2 together, and he knows that you're heading over. And at the bar is a fella telling stories, half-elf fella, and he's telling stories of forgive me, you're from Forgotten Realms, aren't you? You're yeah. He's telling an old Forgotten Realms story. Off you go.
I'll go back up to the group and tell them what I've been up to. I've already put on what I've discovered in the wagon into the Discord chat so they can see that.
Yeah, I've not read that yet.
Right.
As we've got an hour to wait, I'm just going to chill my beans, spend my 2 sorcery points, make a 1st level spell slot, which puts me back up to. Oh no, hang on, I've used 2 of them. So.
What does it actually look like when Akxikas is doing that? Is he just sat at the table doing this?
I'm on the character thing at the minute, so I can't see.
Yeah, you do that, Mark. You sort that.
Yeah. Basically, I just want to get me 2 spell slots. Get those 2 spell slots back, so it's like I've had a rest.
Yeah, that's fine, mate.
All right, so that's what I'm doing. So.
How long did we have till the dinner appointment?
Another hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've got no sorcery points unless we have. Yeah, we only had an hour, so I've got no sorcery points. Let me just...
Strangely enough, I've made plans for dinner as well.
What? Somewhere else?
No, here. I wasn't sure if it had been accepted though. So, tell me what yours is.
We should have accepted our extra one, and then we would have had 3 dinners.
Oh. When I was a teenager, we would go around to mates to play Warhammer, and one of the lads was a really, really finicky eater. And Dan's mum would always cook us food, and whatever it was, it'd be something that Rob didn't like, and he'd feel really bad because didn't want to appear ungrateful. So I'd just eat 2, and it was great.
Nice to see. Some things don't change much, Mark.
Who's your dinner date with?
We're going to see the Baron and Morgan.
That was
right. No.
That was
I know what yours is.
That was what my question was going to be. I'm waiting for the storyteller.
Oh,
who I should be meeting here, but clearly he's
yeah, the storyteller's in here.
He was a character.
Have any of you actually spoken to him yet?
Yeah, we've had a good chat. If I'm going to be honest, oh no. No, my insight was awful. I did not. He's a good guy.
He has some interesting stuff in his wagon, I can tell you that much.
Yeah. He had a lot to say about...
Why have you been in his wagon?
I was investigating.
He had a lot to say about Argo Stent.
That would be good to talk to him about. I know that he's bound for one of the traveller camps. I've put up in the Discord chat what I found in his wagon in a secret compartment, which I'm assuming he knows about.
Are you telling us that now?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to just
That
read
sounds
that.
like a vampire hunting kit.
What was it, just for the benefit of anyone who hasn't looked at it?
Basically a vampire hunting kit. It's wooden stakes, holy water, silver swords, crossbows.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
Do you want me to read the full list, Mark?
No, I'm cool.
No.
Interesting stuff.
Vampire hunting kit.
Yes,
Like
that's what I thought when I saw it.
Very complete vampire hunting kit.
Maybe he wants to hunt vampires.
Have we found Van Helsing?
No, he was called Rictavio.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, no, I've read it. That's fine.
Yeah, so I was thinking he might be of use to us at some point. If we see where else he's travelling to.
So we think the guy, just to clarify, I'm not getting peace with it, the guy telling stories at the bar is the one that has this vampire hunting kit. So
yes.
So this kind of wandering minstrel storyteller is going to be might be a cover or something for something else then. If he's obviously keeping that lot stashed secretly. Because you're not going to want that out of the open in an area that's ran by a vampire.
No.
As a rule.
I'd left him a note on his wagon.
Captured the cat.
Why is it with you leaving notes in wagons?
Your boy say no.
You know, it seemed polite, see if he accepted.
No.
You lot are here, so that's a bonus.
They are always polite notes, in fairness.
Yes.
So as you sort of finish your conversation, Rictavio wraps up his story, and he leans round to Unwin, who gives him a pint of wine. Wine comes in pints here. Ted.
Excellent.
And he'll wander back over
to.
Blue? Say again, Bob.
Is it blue?
Is it blue?
We had a drink. We had a drink called Blue last night.
Oh.
And a drink called Gold.
That was its flavour. The flavour was blue.
Yeah, and the flavour was gold.
And
they were horrendous.
In the ingredients, it said Van Water. However, we then realised that was just German.
Made my jaw clench just from the sugar.
Oh.
It wasn't good.
No.
No.
Stung on the way out.
Too much. Too much. Yeah, you want to get that dipped, Dan. So he'll wander back over to you.
Yeah.
And he'll say, there's a new member of your party. My name's Rictavio. Do you mind if I come and join you again?
We still have a spare seat, don't we?
Yeah. Kick a seat open and over he comes. So he'll sit down and say, if you don't mind me asking, then you're all friends together, are you? You're traveling companions?
Yeah.
So I know all of your colleagues, but I've not met you before. And he's obviously looking at Festa.
Mm-hmm. Came from north of in the Forgotten Realms of all places, which I believe you're familiar with.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to catch up with you. I left you a note earlier. I don't know if you'd seen it.
Ah, that was your note, was it? Yes. Yes, indeed. What can I do for you?
Interested in to where you acquired the wagon from, as I recognise the name from years past.
Okay. He's going to put two and two together here and say, okay. Were you interested in knowing about my time with Strahd?
Yes, I would be.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got the impression from your colleagues here that you were interested, or one of you was interested in Stent. And believe me, as soon as I realised that things weren't above board, I left. I had nothing to do with him. However, I do know that he is currently in Barovia. He is one of 3 brothers. Aragal, Lugash, and Argo. The Stent Vistani brothers. And I believe Aragal and Lugash are camped just outside of Vallaki. And of all things, camped in the centre of a dusk elf encampment.
I kind of look over at Rokkr.
He's
Yeah, Rokkr sat behind his cowl. You don't get much.
Has he got a wet patch again, or is he alert for this one?
No, well, he's not here. Yes, he has got a wet patch, but it's not there.
And he can't say he hasn't.
You just to find out how long he was with the travelling Stents for before leaving.
You're asking Rictavio? Yeah, it'll say, oh, just a couple of months. I joined. I am a performer, and obviously I travel around. I do. If I'm honest with you, I'm probably telling you too much information here, but I do like to travel the mists, and it's sometimes handy to join other people when travelling the mists. I joined the Stent troop. In good faith, thinking that we would go around performing until I realised what he was and what he did.
Would you care to enlighten us on what that is?
Cruelty.
Cruelty.
Yeah, the cruel treatment of the animals.
That fits.
Yeah. Okay. And he goes on to tell other stories of extortion, going from town to town. Occasionally, extorting money from farmers, locals, and worse stories. I'm going to throw maiden's virginity in and things of that nature. Not a nice fella at all.
No.
And it all came to a head. I mean, all of these things didn't happen at the same time, but once he'd realised what was happening, he went from the first village where he heard rumours of this to the second village where all of these stories were corroborated, and that's it. Rictavio left, which is when he was swallowed up by the mists once again, and he ended up in Barovia. This is about 2 weeks ago.
Would that be around about the same time we were as well?
A little bit before you. You've been in Barovia for about a week or so.
Okay. I take it he has got no knowledge of where Argo is, just his brothers.
Just his brothers. Rictavio is. It is busy. There are people walking backwards and forwards. I've explained this to the other chaps. So Fester would feel as if this is the friendliest pub that you've been or seen so far in Barovia, if such a thing exists in Barovia. So he's been a little bit coy. He's sort of looking over his shoulder, sort of making sure that no one's listening to him. And he says, and he will tell you that he has investigated the camp. He spent a lot of time looking into the Vistani. You get the impression he has no love of the Vistani, but these in particular, this particular camp, he's not happy about at all. And he will tell you that there is a seer there. There's a young girl. He believes it's one of the brothers' young daughters, a girl by the name of Arabelle, a powerful seer, similar to a seer. I don't know if you've heard of her, Madame Eva, in Sir Paul's. Now, Madame Eva, I've visited on a couple of occasions since I've been in Barovia. They are a classic Vistani family. They're welcoming, they're open. But these, just to the west of Vallaki, there's something off about them. I can't quite put my finger on it, but I have investigated them. And I'm not quite sure what their relationship with the Dusk Elves is either. It's very, very strange. I strongly suspect, that the Vistani west of Vallaki are in league with the devil.
You say Dusk Elves plural. We've met one.
He said Dusk Elf camp, didn't he?
Individual.
Yeah, there's a whole a small community of Dusk Elves. Although bizarrely, all adult males. There's no females and no children.
That is weird.
Almost
So
military.
you've met one Dusk Elf, and he wasn't attached to this village.
He
We don't
appeared
know.
to be operating as a close
He was in the
second
seneschal
to
for
Strahd.
Strahd. So he's definitely. We know where his lot lies.
Okay, I've not heard of this. So okay. So there's a Dusk Elf that you've
I'll
met.
ask Rokkr what his name is and ask him to tell the chap what the name of the.
Yeah, Rokkr will under his cowl, and he's sort of. I'm going to do my best Rokkr impression. He'll say,
So you got to talk really quietly.
His name's Hexadin. And if he didn't have a cowl, he'd have like a cocktail stick that he'd move from the left-hand side of his mouth to the right-hand side of his mouth. So yeah,
Amazing, he does that through a cowl.
it's just got a slit in it. So Rictavio will. He's never heard of this fella before. He'll say, interesting, because from my investigations of the Dusk Elves, they kind of keep themselves to themselves. They live around the Vistani camp. It's the Vistani camp's on a hill. The Dusk Elves have sort of shacks all the way around. There's not many of them. There's only sort of 5 or 6 shacks. Forlorn-looking fellas. In fact, one of them, I assume he's the elder or the leader, had got bandages wrapped around his head. The whole of the top of his head was bandaged, so I couldn't actually see the points of his ears. It was a bizarre thing, but they don't interact with each other necessarily. But they live next door to each other. I can't put my finger on what's going on.
I look at the others and say, so you'd say he was an injured elf?
He had bandages and around his head. Yeah.
Okay.
Are you sure he's an elf?
His complexion was the same as the others.
Okay.
I mean, my personal involvement with Dusk Elves, from my knowledge, are very, very rare. So I've never actually met any before. But his complexion was the same as the others. He was the same build, same stature. He was just older with these bandages. And on this particular occasion, I did witness. I think it was Aragal went up and they had a brief conversation. Aragal wasn't happy about something, and then this Dusk Elf with the bandages walked back into his shack. That's all I can tell you.
I mean, I've not listened to any of that, but I have a feeling that Nick would have done exactly the same after he heard mention of the injured elf. So I'm quite happy to have missed all of that, because Nick was probably just in deeper thought recalling information as I've just been. But I'm back. So there's a Dusk Elf camp.
So Rictavio,
Whereabouts was the Dusk Elf camp?
say again, sorry.
Whereabouts was the Dusk Elf camp?
It's just
around around the hill with was it just the north?
West of Vallaki, just to the west of Vallaki.
North's the lake, isn't it?
Correct. Yep. You've heard us. You've heard. I think it was Vasily told you that there was a camp of Vistani outside of Vallaki, and the Baron doesn't allow them inside. But yeah, they are close enough to Vallaki to be considered on the outskirts of town. So Rictavio, if you have no other questions for him, he'll sort of put his wine, give a big sigh, and say, "Right, it's time for another story." And he moves to stand, takes his wine over to the bar, and will tell another tale.
I lean into the others and kind of cover my mouth with my hands and explain what I've been thinking about. Obviously, the tarot reading said that a sword of vengeance would be gained. A injured elf has this treasure, and he would part with it in exchange to see his dark dreams fulfilled. So if we're believing these tarot cards, there could be a powerful weapon. But he's gonna have something he wants us to do. And it says dark desires. Is that going to be dark for what we consider, or is it going to be dark for our enemies anyway? Is it going to be against Strahd, or?
We just pick up a few pots of hummus, and if he looks shady, we throw him at him. He'll never see that coming.
We'll
Surprise hummus attack.
hold that thought. It's Plan Z. We'll have 25 attempts, but if they all fail, we will next time Unwin comes over, we'll check if he's got any hummus.
I was going to say, I don't think I've seen hummus on sale around here, or chickpeas, so we can't even make our own.
I open the menu and go, ooh, hummus substitute.
Yeah, made from turnips. At this,
well, as long as it's not baby.
Not again. At this point, just because I want to get rid of him in the nicest possible way, and you can't abuse him. Rokkr
took an arrow through the head.
No,
oh, no.
No. Rokkr at this point is going to say to you that what he's going to do. He's going to scout out the Dusk Elves. He's a vested interest in the Dusk Elves that you guys know about. So he's going to skip the dinner / session. And gonna recce the Vistani Dusk Elf camp, doing what he does best, shady and ninja-like. So he ups and leaves. You get no choice. Done.
I was just seeing if there's anything I could give him because I really want him to succeed in this.
A big floppy kiss on the bottom.
Anything that I give him that will help.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
Roll D20 to see how accurate you are.
I don't know. It doesn't look like there's anything I can, unless he wants a climber's kit.
Wouldn't be necessary. No.
Okay, then there's nothing I can give him. But I wanted to see if there was.
You haven't. None of you have got invisibility, pass without trace, or anything of that nature, have you? Nothing.
No. The person that could get pass without trace would be Rokkr. I don't know if he'd have taken it at level 5. He'd have unlocked the potential for pass without trace.
Okay, we'll cross that when I get to it. For now, because that's he can sort himself out if he's the best one with that ability. So off he goes. He's gone. Leave him alone. He can have you killed. Right.
Does pass without a trace mean you can always sneak a fart out without making a noise or smelling?
It's sometimes it's harder to do when you're on camera, but a lot of the time I just ignore him. But he's there now. Right.
He doesn't have it. Never mind.
No. So unless you guys have got any other business, I'm quite happy for it's going to take 10 minutes to walk over to the Baron's mansion. We can just fast forward to there if you wish.
Yeah, it was also whilst the bard was away, it'd be explaining to Ted what we've found out
It's not a
about
bard.
the
I
Wizard's
was told
Winery.
it wasn't a bard.
Wizard's Winery. Basically, Unwin, the owner of this inn, is the son of the Wizard of Winery, who also hasn't heard from his father in about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So,
so
we've
the
said we'll look
Wizard
into
Winery.
it after our current engagements, but
Yeah, it's bumped
something
up the
else to look
side
into.
quest list.
Stupidly, I forgot to ask him about his wagon before he left. But
Well, you can do that. We can rewind a little bit. He can finish the story and he can come back, which he will do now.
Oh, that was quick. Here, have another pint of wine.
Yeah. How many pints of wine before we have constitution checks?
Well, I'm assuming.
Surely one. Surely.
I assume it's quite watered down wine.
Yes, it is watered wine. Well, considering that the stocks are depleting rapidly and nothing else is coming in, yeah, it's watered wine. He'll make no excuse about that. To answer your question, Adam, are you getting pissed or not?
No, just I would say if you sat there with a actual pint of wine, you're getting pissed even on just one. But if it's watered wine, then no, you'd be really going for it if you wanted to. No, but no, that isn't how Jarek acts.
Okay.
And I've seen Akxikas not stop drinking, so
Yeah,
I'm trying to. Bearing in mind I know where we're going next. I'm trying to stop him drowning himself.
I'm uncharacteristically reluctant to get rat-arsed. I'm trying to keep a straight head on my face. Straight head on my face? What's that mean? I don't know.
Oh, in which case, we've not managed to stop him getting drunk.
Anyway, as I was leaving the note for you earlier, your wagon appeared to be moving as if there was someone inside, which I thought was unusual, seeing as you'd left it. Have you got any friends with you at all, or?
Okay, so you see the surprise, not the surprise on his face. It's more sort of he does look a little bit alarmed when you mention it, and he will say, "You didn't look, did you?"
No, not inside the wagon.
It's a right. Bear with me here. When I left Stent, he was torturing a cat, a saber-toothed cat, and I rescued it.
Right.
I've got a saber-toothed cat in the back of my wagon.
Excellent.
He'll say it to you. Roll it down.
Has he got a cat?
Yeah. I would say my eyes would have gone up at that as well.
13.
Am I allowed one for my own as well or not?
No. One. No. If I mean, it's not whoever jumps in first.
Yeah, both of us kind of went. Well.
Yeah, I wish I'd have let Adam do it because I'm sure his insight's better than mine. But
so as far as you can tell, I mean, 13's still not a bad roll. He and his whole
Probably
countenance.
should let me do it, but
everything. Yeah, I mean, in fairness, Ted was having the conversation with him. So what we'll say for these circumstances, just because we all liked it, rolling dice, roll it then, Ted. See if you get better.
insight, yeah.
Yeah.
Aside from the python. Oh.
Righto, Mark.
Right.
18.
Yeah, he's telling the truth, or at least appears to be. He has a saber-toothed tiger in his wagon. He will expand. He will say that because Unwin's put him up, and he does take wolf steaks down every day to feed the tiger. He believes.
Cat.
Yeah, cat. Following Mark out. He believes that he's had it in close companionship, and he rescued it. He can let it out, and it will walk around and then get back in the cage. He seems to have it under reasonable control.
Yeah, take it. He no longer requires any further treatment. Is it not injured or anything still?
No, I've managed to cure all of its ailments. Everything's healing nicely. Yeah, metagaming said that would be a nice wild shape for you, I dare say.
Yeah.
Can I look at it?
Can you? Yeah, just go and look through the scene.
Can I look at
I
your?
want to see the kitty. I want to see the kitty.
There's another word for cat, but yeah. Can I look at your?
Okay. Well, fair play to you for rescuing the animal. It does appear you've got good intentions about you.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a 50-50 now as well. Oh, he rolls a 10. So no. Right, he's going to leave the conversation there then. And he'll say, he will. The last thing he sort of says to you before he goes and does his next story, he will say that if you do go and investigate what's happening at the Wizard of Wine's winery, I'd be willing to come and accompany you if you wouldn't mind.
Did we mention to him about the winery?
He knows about it.
Okay.
It's not a secret. The whole of Barovia is not getting wine deliveries.
That's big news.
Yeah. Forgive me if I've overstepped there. I believe he mentioned something to you about it. I think he said to you last session.
Possibly. Yeah.
Do you know about it? So yeah, he does know about it. But he's offering to come and accompany you. If you don't, that's fine. He'll sort of say, because there's a bit of a pregnant pause, and he'll say, but
Well, I know.
We know.
Okay, it's an extra person to get shot at rather than us.
But we won't be doing anything for a while. We have a bit of downtime, a bit of recovery.
Yeah, we've got something. We've got a mission for the nice ladies in the windmill, haven't we? We have to do tomorrow.
I was trying not to say anything like that out loud, but yeah.
I was
Had a drink.
Yeah.
just say that obviously with the
Kick Akxikas under the table.
Tiger and other equipment, you appear to be of potential use to us. So we'll be in touch.
Okay, he'll raise his eyebrow at that, and that's what I was rolling the dice for. And he'll say, "Okay, so you investigated the rest of my wagon, then? I take it."
I slipped and fell. I didn't move anything. I think you find everything's as it was.
Okay, good.
It was the rocking of the wagon. It sort of spooks me a little bit.
Understood. He's changing ever so slightly now. He's looking a little bit cagey towards you. And he'll say, "Okay, I'll."
Can I give Ted a D4 on his persuasion check, on his deception check?
I think the deception's up.
Yeah. And the only thing he'll say is, right. He'll say, "Right, okay, I'm. It's time for another story, but I will be checking my wagon."
Is this where we'll find you on other evenings, and for how long?
Yeah, most of the time I'll be here.
Just leave
Assuming
another note.
Yeah. He'll say if what you say is true, then I think we can be of help to each other. And I'll say this to you: if you need any of that equipment, I would ask you to ask first.
That's very nice of you. And yeah.
Okay.
We shall bear it in mind.
Okay. And he'll stand, move towards the bar, and tell another story.
Okay. Did you get permission to look at the cat before we head anywhere, or is that a later endeavour?
I mean,
Didn't
I'm
say
guessing
no.
there's a visible way of looking into the wagon without opening anything, hence he asked why, if I'd looked or not. But... So we possibly could take a quick peek, but don't be touching anything else.
Okay.
I'm going to rub some linseed oil into the school cormorant.
You're doing what, Downey?
I'm just going to rub some linseed oil into the school cormorant. Yeah. I can guarantee that the cormorant will be out of bounds for weeks now.
I have no idea what that means.
It's what Monty
I'm happy not
okay.
knowing what that means.
Right, okay. I normally get your references, but I didn't get that one at all. Okay, so we'll fast forward as long as you're happy to do so. 10 to 7.
Are we looking in the cart before we go to the?
You can do if it's something that you need to get off your chest. You'll need to leave 20 minutes before. So yeah, you're on track for it now. You can go to the stockyard and back to the Baron's mansion.
If that's what Fester wants to do.
I mean,
As long as we're not late, I'm cool with that.
yeah, I can always fly to catch up with you or whatever.
Oh, we can just leave a bit early. Just make sure we get there in time.
Okay, so the seventh bell tolls as you approach the Burgomaster's mansion. If let me give you Vallaki again, just to remind myself where it was as well. Actually.
How much are the burgers?
Blue Water Inn here, Stockyard here, Burgomaster's Mansion is here. So yeah, you can get there in plenty of time. If you remember, the Burgomaster's Mansion is same as the Voxer House. They're both impressive looking buildings. This mansion has walls of plastered stone that display many scars where the plaster has fallen away from age and neglect. Drapes cover every window, including a large arched opening above the mansion's double entrance doors. On approach, it would certainly be Fester would notice, and once you notice, you can draw everyone else's attention to it. In the what looks like an attic window, thanks very much. There's a purple flash of purplish green flash of magic.
Heaven's hand.
No, the wife's hand, and she's delivered tea. And once you've seen it, you see it again, and there's a flash of purple green arcane magic, and then a third time, and then nothing. As you approach the mansion, you now Akxikas and Rokkr have been here before. The rest of you haven't. Things have changed from when Akxikas was last here. There is now outside the double doors, the front double doors, a very tatty, old, mouldy red carpet rolled out. There's bunting above the front door, and there are two young boys dressed as sort of pages in old, you assume, Vallaki livery with trumpets.
So tempted to punch them.
or bugles, as sort of long, whatever the brass instrument long thing is, with a flag hanging down. And stood at the front door is the Baron, his wife. Next to the Baron is two mastiffs. There are 4 guards either side, and Morrigan. And as you approach, you can see just from the distance, you can't quite hear, but the Baron sort of leans down and says something, and these two young boys look up and slaps one on the back of the head. And what you hear is they raise the trumpet, and you hear and then he slaps them again, and he says at the top of his voice, and this is, you very much get the impression this is not necessarily for your benefit, this is for everyone else's benefit. He says, "Welcome, heroes of Vallaki. Welcome to your celebration dinner." And he looks ever so pleased with himself. The fact that there's no response from you guys doesn't faze him at all. And he turns and he
Well, I mean, my response will just be kind of, because you said who hasn't been here? It's just me and Dan haven't, isn't it?
And Fester.
So only Akxikas has been here.
Yeah.
And Rokkr.
In which case, I'll just kind of look across to Akxikas and raise an eyebrow in response to the heroes of Vallaki.
I'll just
Okay.
Well, I'm assuming the guards did come back with the news that we'd cleared the nest of vampires.
Yeah, we will.
I'm assuming, Akxikas, didn't you promise? I'm kind of saying this out the corner of my mouth. Didn't you promise to be there whilst what's his name? Henrik was being questioned.
I was, but I
Did you
ended
do that?
up having to do something else. I can't remember what happened. Did we have to go? I don't know.
Okay, cool.
Yes is the answer, but due to something else, I don't think we ever did.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
So come, heroes, vampire slayers, he'll say, and he's very much.
So it was mainly me.
He's giving it his best, Brian Blessed. He's only a skinny fella, so he's struggling a bit.
Everyone.
Come. Take lessons from Helmhammer.
Why do I keep bumping into Brian Blessed?
he's an icon, mate.
Multiversal.
Leave him alone.
Legend.
They just met him in my campaign as well.
Have they? Come. Let us feast. And he'll get rid of the 2 page lads. They'll run off. The guards look as if they're ready to file in after you, and the Baron walks in with his 2 mastiffs and his wife. Morrigan will walk up to you just before you enter, and it's the first time that you've really had a chance to say anything to each other, and she'll walk straight up to Akxikas, and she will embrace, and she'll say, "Brother, I have so much to discuss."
We certainly do.
Where's your eye?
You know where
Grew
my
back,
eye
didn't
is.
it?
Yeah.
So
Volunteered for that, you should be grateful.
and she'll sort of hold you at arm's length to take you in. I mean, this is your little sister, but she's now taller than you, and the way she's holding you, she's.
Haven't you got one giant arm?
Yeah. So
Kind of freaking me out. Yeah.
you'll notice Akxikas will know, coming from Avernus, that her left arm is now the arm of a barbed devil. Avernus being the first layer of the 9 hells, you've been tortured, tormented, and abused by barbed devils your whole young life, amongst other devils. Your sister now has the arm of a barbed devil. And as she's grabbing you, she will say, we have much to discuss, you and I.
Yeah.
There are many powers in these lands that can help us. Mark, what I would
Yes.
like you to do is roll a flat d6 for me, please.
Right.
And I'm going to say
Normally-
Ted is 1 and 2, Dan or Fester is 1 and 2, Nick is 3 and 4.
Cool. There we go.
Okay. So as she's grabbing onto you, and she's just had that brief conversation with you, she'll take in everyone else. So she looks Jarek over, she looks Fester over, and then looks at Nick, and she will say, "But this land does bring us treats. Come, gentlemen, in you come." And as you walk past, she will slap your backside in a very, very suggestive way.
Which hand?
Not the demonic hand. She doesn't
Pull
lift
out
you.
barbs.
Do I see this?
Yeah,
Or have I got in? And it's
she's
just like,
this. She has.
That's not what. Yeah. Yeah. And no. And yeah.
And as she,
Smile at Akxikas.
as she walks in
Yeah,
now,
no,
if you remember, she's quite scantily clad as well from the picture. If you remember, and she's sauntering now. She's doing sort of a model walk and looking over her shoulder at Nick. And she walks through the door.
Oh, revenge is sweet. This is. You remember all the things on me you've squeezed?
Oh. It was just the once. It had to be done. You did put my face in a pie that you knew full well
Yeah.
to be made of babies.
You're right, it does
Yeah,
have to be
You
done.
did do that.
Are you moving into the mansion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so the entrance hall and vestibule, framed portraits adorn the walls of this grand foyer, which features a wide staircase with a sculpted railing. A long carpeted hall stretches to the foyer, attached to the foyer, stretches almost the length of the mansion and has several doors leading away from it, including one at the far end. Bundles of twigs are heaped against the wall. The bundles of twigs you've already seen there, part of the next celebration, the Shining Sun celebration. What I'll do, I might as well just give you a little bit of the.
There's a map loading.
Roll initiative. No.
I do like a prompt just to.
You've got to roll initiative when you're alone with her in the bedroom, Dan.
What I'd ask is, what's your favourite ant-eating mammal? Or I include termite eaters in that, obviously.
There is a lot of bundles of twigs.
Yeah, I've got to say chimp. I like the way they use the twigs to take them out of the tree.
They do that.
Yeah, have you loaded up?
Yep.
Yeah, but only Akxikas is there.
Yeah, no. Well, if you decide to kill everyone, I can add you all. So a long corridor, twigs for the next celebration. You've got doors either side, door at the end, and the Baron and his wife are stood next to this door here. Come, gentlemen, he'll say, with Morrigan as well. Come, feast. And the door opens, and inside is the
Tiny piece of cheese.
Is the dining room up? There will be cheese on offer. Yeah. A chandelier of wrought iron fitted with wax candles hangs above the polished wooden dining table. Around the tables are seated various what you would assume. Well, no, I'm going to change that slightly. What you see is the Baron will seat himself at the head of the table. To his left would be his wife. Let me just change this around. I really shouldn't talk about this too much. The Mastiffs sit next to him. And Morrigan sits at the other side of him, and there's enough places for the three of you guys, the four of you guys, and then an empty space for because Rokkr isn't here, and the Baron will sit down, and he'll look at Morrigan, and he'll say, "So, my dear, it must be lovely to have your brother here, gentlemen. It is an honour to welcome you, and to welcome you into the bosom of Vallaki. We are fortunate indeed to have such heroes of yourselves to continue to help and aid the town. The town is in much need of."
I have an insight check, Dave.
Defending.
To see how sincere he seems to be.
Yeah, sure, if you want.
Bastard.
Yeah, he seemed. Oh, obviously, he
Yeah,
seems sincere. You rolled a natural one, and he also seems quite earnest as well and determined. Obviously, with a 1 mark, you can't tell very much else. So as he's talking to you, servers come in and put sort of like a first course in front of you, and he'll say, "Please eat. My home is yours today," and he'll sort of start tucking in. Morrigan will on purpose seat herself next to Nik, and she will grab your thigh on several occasions as you're trying to tuck into your starter.
If it's soup, it's kind of and it goes everywhere.
And
I thought she'd have gone opposite for a game of footsie.
Yeah. I'll just send a little silent telepathic message to Nik to say that, you know, he's got my blessing and all that, but I feel as you've been a friend and colleague, you know, she does tend to tear her mates' heads off afterwards. So
she's a praying mantis.
I'm making an insight check.
Yeah. So I just think you needed to know that before.
I'm making an insight check on Mark.
Sure.
Is this a straight roll deception against insight then?
Do it.
I'll give myself plus a D4. Deception. Deception.
Jarek's just saying a little reading a prayer to himself before eating.
What did I roll? 13 plus.
What's
4.
Morrigan's art actually from, Dave?
Yeah, he's quite sincere, Dan.
Oh,
Say again.
He had chance to do guidance in that.
Yeah, well, I knew I was going to lie to you, so.
Did I hear him cast it?
No. So as the first course continues, the Baron's pretty much intent on his meal. Morrigan's she's she is touching Nik up and not making any excuse. The Baron's sat opposite her, and she's sort of primly pretending not to look, and she will try and the Baroness will try and make polite conversation. And it will be, I'm not going into this in too much detail. She'll be asking you the usual questions: where are you from, and all the rest of it. Does anyone particularly want to roleplay the whole thing? Is anyone intent on bullshitting the Baroness, or should we just move to...
In the conversation, it's just when she asks me questions, I might say the wrong word, like squeeze, or just...
Fruits!
And just point out that it would be a strong arm that's on that side of Nik.
Yeah, I think there might be testicular damage. Accidental.
You may want them sat the other way around.
Make a Constitution saving throw, Dan. He's done it. Yeah, weathered it. Yeah, Nick sat there, legs akimbo. Yeah.
That's not his leg.
So the Baron will sort of move on to he will sort of say this guy's the best way to describe him is a pompous bellend. I'd like to think of this encounter is what's the steward's name in Lord of the Rings in Gondor?
Oh,
Denethor.
Yeah, it's basically him. You know, the meal where he's tromping into the tomato and all the rest of it, and he's
such a messy tomato eater.
Scribbling idiots.
It's not tomatoes. It's root vegetables and wolf steak that.
However,
is the staple.
As bad as the evening is, it is nice to have a hobbit sing at it. So.
Oh, no one rolled halfling, did they? He'll say, so, gentlemen, obviously with Akxikas being now part of the family, he looks directly towards Akxikas. The other reason that I wanted to invite you here today is primarily to thank you for ridding the town of the vampire spawn, but also to telling you that you will be guests of honour at the festival, at the which is in 5 days, the Festival of the Sun. When we light the bonfire, you will be heralded, and you will be honoured by the whole of the town.
Yeah, you don't have to have the chaps with the trumpets because they were pretty lame. Everything else was great.
However, we would love for them to be there.
he will say, yeah. I don't suppose any of you have got any musical talents. Unfortunately, we
I do.
Well, in which case you can blow your own trumpet, Akxikas.
He does.
Thank you very much. But until that time, I'm quite happy if at some point tomorrow we could meet you at. We will meet you tomorrow, first light, in the town square, and swear you in as deputies of the town, where we can find you lodgings in the barracks and move you in straight away. Unfortunately, we can't do it tonight. We'll have to do it tomorrow.
How long will that take?
Rooms will be made available for you tomorrow. Where your official duties will then commence. You will be under Morrigan, and he sort of winces at this as a next attempt to squeeze Nick's plums is either successful or unsuccessful. Please yourself.
My legs are open.
She will be considered your commander. Obviously, I know she's your young sister, Akxikas. This may cause you a little bit of uncomfortable ness to start off with, but she is a good solid leader. She is my right hand, and at this point, the two of them sort of share a look, and the way she looks at him is she looks at him sort of as a kindly older father. You can tell that there is a bond between the Baron and Morrigan.
Oh, there's no way to tell if it's magical or whether it's real, is there?
I'm just. We didn't just agree to that. He just put that forward with saying that he's.
I was gonna say, what were you guys doing when I was off on my own?
Yeah,
that we've now suddenly got a job.
Yeah, I mean at that coming because obviously with my background being retired, kind of ex-military, and previously of decent rank, leading men and soldiers, we'll kind of raise the question as to what exactly are you wanting us to be doing. We were not here to sign up to a local militia.
See what I just rolled, Dave?
I did, mate. It seems above board. There's nothing that you can see that would suggest it's anything dodgy. Right. There does appear to be a genuine relationship between them. In response to that, so you're deputies of the town now. You are part of the Barovian militia. And he continues to eat as he's saying this.
Yeah, it'll be. I still think
it's not agreed. We are happy to help whilst we're about, but we are not part of and confined to this town.
Yeah, we'll help out while we're here, no problem. But we do have to, some things to do.
In response to this,
I kind of brush away Morrigan's arm as I say that fact of they're now dictating what we can and can't do.
Yeah. Sure. So as he's he'll be in between. He'll have sort of a fork full of potato in this hand, and he'll sort of look up and he will say, "You are part of the militia." And he'll stamp the table, and everything rises up briefly, and then straight away he's back to normal eating.
Yeah, he's a fruitcake. It's safe to say. There's something really weird.
Does that appear in all of our minds?
Yeah, I'm just trying to. At this point, Jarek's kind of stopped eating. I envision myself being sat at the other end of the table, direct opposite him, and just kind of staring down at him now.
Okay, he's paying no attention to you. He's just eating his meal.
No, that's fine. But I'm just contemplating. So
sure.
I'll telepathically link to Nik and ask if he knows any way we can poison him. And Ted, actually. If either, is there any ways you can think of we could poison him, make it look like an accident?
You don't appear to be getting a response.
Sprinkle silver dust over his tomatoes.
Yeah.
I know a few plants here and there, but we have to find them.
I like plants.
Well, you can't. Don't forget, you can't reply psychically.
Yeah.
so
just look at him. Plants. What?
So the Baroness at this point, she's sort of doing this sort of side glance, looking around. Morrigan now after being brushed off, she sort of shrugs, tucks into a meal. Occasionally, she'll look over at Akxikas, and sorry, Malcolm.
Shall we say one of the occasions I'm going to ask her to recount again the story of what happened. I was knocked out. Can I just ask this? I would have known this. Was the arm severed or torn off? Cleanly severed, or was it ripped, like mangled off?
The remains of the arm looked as if it had been torn off. There was a lot of trauma.
Yeah.
Not a laceration.
Again, I'll ask what she can remember that night, and say, well, if she said it was like wolves, said, well, they knocked me out and left me for dead, and a wolf wouldn't do that. A wolf would have eaten me. So it was, what was it? We were sent there to investigate werewolves. That's what we were in the area for later on, after this all happened, and we know there were werewolves in the vicinity. Was that what happened?
Morrigan will. She's quite happy to tell you the whole tale over the main course. It's a tale that again, the Baron switched off at this point. The Baroness is listening. She's sort of she will chirp in. She's being quite a decent hostess. Morrigan will tell you that the night that she disappeared, wolves did in fact attack, but it was the wolves that knocked Akxikas unconscious, and as she was dragged away, her arm was ripped off by what she now knows to be a werewolf. It didn't infect her. She wasn't infected with lycanthropy, but she was dragged into mists, and after being in the mists for an unknown amount of time, she passed out and came to, and she was still in the mists. And no one was there, and she was tired and frightened, and this bloody stump, and she was losing blood, until eventually she came across out of the mists near a town, and next to the town was a man, and it was the Baron, and the Baron found her and dragged her in to heal her. And this was, I mean, in terms of your backstory, Mark, this is a good 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And she will tell you that ever since then, the Baron has done for her. He's looked after her. He, as far as she's concerned, the Baron is her father now. And she will put a hand on the Baron's arm, and he doesn't shove it off, but he just continues eating. But the look on her face is just adoration for this strange man.
I'll ask how he came by the surrogate arm, because I recognise where you got it from.
At this, when you mention it, she'll give you a sort of a conspiratorial brother sister, like, be quiet, don't ask, and she'll say, "Oh, it was the strangest thing. It just appeared one day," and then she'll sort of look sidelong at the Baron, and she'll sort of mouth to you.
Okay. Just to as people again. How are we going to do? Because I wouldn't want to do a long dialogue and leave everybody sat there bored listening to me. Well, I do need to speak to her on her own. So how do we want to do this?
Mate, that's how D&D goes sometimes, isn't it? If we're doing it roleplay wise, don't worry about it.
Okay. Well, I mean, first off, I'll thank the Baron for saving her life, and I'll ask him how he came to. As far as we're aware, the mists are, impenetrable. You can't leave once you're here. So, how did you come across the devil's arm that I can clearly see over there? How did that happen?
You're asking this to the Baron?
Baron, I said, not that I'm ungrateful or anything.
Yeah. No, I got that. He'll say that in terms of the arm had nothing to do with me. I mean, I found Morrigan. The Barovians, us Barovians know that the mists deliver. Sometimes the strangest things appear out of the mists. On this one occasion, I happened to be out walking the perimeter of the town when Morrigan appeared out of the mists. A young girl, frightened, half dead from blood loss, and I took her in, and me and my wife nursed her back to health. Several years later, she's never actually told me, and you can tell he doesn't care where the arm came from, but what I can tell you is she is the finest captain of arms that Vallaki has ever had, and she is the strongest, most steadfast daughter a Baron could ever want.
Thank you very much.
I meant to make a point of the Baron insisting on you referring to him or finishing your sentence with Lord or my Lord, which I forgot to do. But Morrigan would be enforcing that as well. I mean,
Jarek could be doing that by nature anyway, from dealing with that kind of thing. That would be default for me.
I mean, you've got the lay of this fella anyway. It's just to reinforce that with that little bit. So we'll assume you're doing that.
Yeah.
I'd have done it for everything except the "we don't work for you." That one wouldn't have ended with my lord.
No education.
From that, Morrigan would look at you and say, "Sorry, what did you say? We don't." What did Nick say?
No education.
I can't remember exactly what we said, but it was kind of the point of we will help in the city, but we're not constrained to work within the city limits as your militia.
As your militia, my lord, she will say, for example.
Indeed.
Indeed, my lord.
My lord.
My lord.
So you get the picture. You know what's going on. So main course finishes. The Baroness, again, chit chatty. She's like a little bird, just chit chatting here, asking you, about your families. Have you got any children? All the rest of it. And she just happens to offhand mention, and it does stick out because it's a bizarre thing, but she says it conversationally. And she's talking about the fact that dessert is a little bit late, and she'll say, because good help is difficult to come by. I mean, only the other day, 2 of our valued members of staff went missing. God knows where they are. Probably been dragged into the mists, eaten by wolves.
Who were they? Are they?
Oh, just hands, just servants. The servants come and
children?
go.
Were they as big as your hands, Dave?
You fat-handed swat. She at mention of children, she looks a little bit. She says, "Yes, we do. The Baron and I, other than Morrigan, dear, we do have a son, Victor." And I.
It wasn't asking if she had children. It was asking if the 2 people that vanished were children.
Oh, okay. No, they weren't. They weren't. But as she's chit-chatting, she will bring up the fact, as she's asking, do you have children? She will mention the fact that they do have a son, Victor, a teenage boy. Now, you've heard of Victor before. The Vokkr lady, her daughter Stella, it was one of her schemes to get Stella and Victor together, if you recall. But she will sort of look and say Victor, and she looks and sounds disappointed. And unfortunately, I couldn't convince him. He's got such a temper. I couldn't convince him to come and sit with us for this celebration meal. He's very much like his father, very willful. He spends all of his time in the attic. Excuse me. So dessert arrives. What should we have?
The monkey brains.
What should we? It's not going to be monkey brains, but what should we have for Barovian pudding?
Not pie.
Wine Sunday.
And yeah,
Bites of wine on a stick.
a Barovian mess.
Wolf crumble.
Yeah, there's what can you get? I mean, rhubarb. I reckon
Probably.
they'd probably
You
grow
can
some
get away
rhubarb.
with a rhubarb crumble or a rhubarb cake quite happily.
Yeah, because you.
That's how we poison him. We make him eat the leaves of the rhubarb.
Yeah, it's full of cyanide.
How much would you actually need to?
Quite a lot, I think.
Yeah.
When I
All those
say
ones
full of
you
cyanide,
probably die.
seems-
You probably die
Strictly
too
means
much before.
contains
Yeah.
very faint traces
It
of.
doesn't seem very bright, so if we shout chug, 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 he might just keep going.
So dessert arrives. In terms of chit chat, the Baron's happy that he's made his point. Morrigan will continue to try and grab as much of Nick as possible.
Not interested anymore.
So just sort of cold shoulder, turning away type thing. Close it. Yeah, not having any of it.
Not talking to the Baron at all. Happy to talk to the Baroness and end with a lady, but nothing said to the Baron, so that I no longer have to say my lord.
What does it look like?
Sure.
Sort of. As you say, it was a bit Denethorian.
Have you got the map tools?
He looks a bit derpy.
Yeah.
It looks pretty horrific.
Mm.
And then his missus is quite scary as well.
Mm-hmm.
I need to go on map tools. Oh, I keep making it go big. Right, where are we?
I'll
Oh,
zoom in for you,
stop
Mark.
it, come on. Oh yeah, she's a little bit unattractive. It's Morticia Adams. She ain't.
Yeah, sometimes a lot of the pictures that I've got, I've changed. I didn't change Baroness Lydia Petrovna. She, I mean, that does make her look vicious, shrewish. She's not. She's not. Say again, Adam.
Terrifying is what it makes her look.
She's not coming across like that at all. And the Baron very much so. She's actually very pleasant. Yeah, she looks pleasant. She's talking the talk. You get the impression that she's making the best of life in Barovia, and everything else, everything that could possibly bother her, she's either ignoring or doing a female equivalent of a Dr. Hibbert laugh about. She's just totally ignores and doesn't let it bother her world. And Morrigan obviously is trying to more forcefully touch Nik up as much as possible. So dessert course finishes. Sorry, Mark. Go on.
I would say I'll ask. I said to Morrigan when I first saw you, you said something about I'd arrived at last, and now something could
Oh,
happen.
well, yes, brother. Perhaps she interrupts you at this point, and she'll look around. The Baron's not listening, not paying any attention. He's sort of sat back. And she'll gesture to you to just wait. It is towards the end of the meal, and the Baron will just look around, almost as if he's realised that you're still there, and he'll say, "No, gentlemen, it was a pleasure to meet you. I'm sure our dealings in future would be mostly through Morrigan, but if you ever need anything, by all means, tell Morrigan, and she can come and inform me. Now, please make yourselves at home, and I will speak to you some other time." And he quite rudely stands up and just walks out unless you try and stop him. Lydia will do the same, and the Mastiffs follow him, sniffing at his heels. They go everywhere with him, and the door closes behind. At which point Morrigan will say, "Sorry, brother, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Are we okay to talk in front of your friends?"
I get up and check that they've gone.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
And then I sit back down, not next to Morgana.
I will look directly at Morgana and state firmly we will not be joining the local militia.
Okay, Morrigan.
Morrigan.
She raises an eyebrow at this. And she'll say, "The Baron will get what he wants. What other option have you got? This is Barovia. What else are you going to do?"
I'll lean forward slightly and say, because I've served in the military for, I can't remember how many years I put it on the thing. I think it was either 10 or 15 years, and I will not serve under anyone else again.
Well, that's an issue for you to raise with the Baron. I will not mention this to him. Do you intend to be at the festival?
We can.
If times line up, we intended to, but
we have commitments.
Interesting. The Baron's intention is he's already started work on the barracks to put up 5 new bunks for.
Well, may I ask, what do you know about hags? Do you know anything about them?
So why do you ask, brother?
Because the other things that we're talking, there's definitely no one around now, is there, except
No,
us?
no. Nick's had a good look. Yeah.
We're all under compulsion to act out the wishes of a coven of night hags living in the windmill. They tortured me almost to death and ripped out my eye. I'd quite like to get them back. They also got me. They also made me the pie made out of babies.
I'll stop him here and go. Remember, they can scry on us at any point. There's no one in this room, but be aware there may be 3 eyes in this room.
Yeah, what he said. So
okay. So she will lean back at this and say, "Wow, this is okay. So this is recent." Pointing towards your eye. Okay. Well, we must do something about this. But one of the reasons I wanted to talk to you, brother, is there is in this land of Barovia, there is power. And as she says this, she lifts up this hand, the arm of the barbed devil, and you can see at the fingertips fire just appears. And you would know that barbed devils are able to summon fire and throw it. Power that can help us against evils in the land. And she will say, "I have heard of the hags in the windmill. The Granny something or other. She's banned. The Baron figured out what she was doing and banned her years ago, and they've been trying to infiltrate. And now they have you in thrall. You have enslaved. They need to be dealt with. We need to do something about this."
they're far too powerful for us to handle. We've tried. There's no way, as things stand, that our band can destroy them.
So the Baron has intentions of removing them too.
If it doesn't affect Vallaki, the Baron will have nothing to do with it.
Well, this does affect Vallaki because this is the main reason why there's absolutely no way we can serve in the militia. Because if we don't do, they have ways of making us do what they say.
So it does need dealing with. Okay, I understand the position now. So what you need more than anything else is power. Power to control your own futures.
Or remove curse spell.
That's
something.
Yeah, that wouldn't work, Mark. Not on this level of
Valkyrie.
Yeah. She will say to you that the powers, the dark powers of this land, granted me this arm, and that was through a dream. I wished for the power to control my destiny, and the dark powers in this land granted me this arm. They also told me of a temple made of amber, where there is more power to be gained.
Do you recall the name of the temple or the god it was dedicated to?
I know nothing else other than that. My future is here with the Baron.
I have a quest from my patron regarding a temple. Have you any idea? This must be related. Is there any way this could be the same thing, or do you have any idea where it may be?
No, none. Unfortunately.
Okay.
You now know as much as I.
So, back to a point I asked before, you told me to wait. What's the event? What's up and coming? And how did you know I'd be here? After looking for you for over a decade.
The event is power. If you can free this land from the mists, and free the Baron from any obligation to look after this land, then we can escape. We can escape together. You and I could potentially take over this whole land, but I will not go against the Baron.
Okay. We've heard. What is he actually? You obviously know him well. We've heard less than glowing reports about his behaviour to his subjects. I mean, is this true?
The Baron is a complicated man. He does his best. He does his best in a land that is filled with horror and nightmare. And how he does this is he tries to encourage the people to be happy, enforce happiness in the people. It has kept the devil at bay for years and years now. We've had, until the vampire spawn, which you guys dealt with, there was no incursions in the town for years. Because the Baron seems to be keeping everyone happy.
So why suddenly now? What's changed? So now Jarek would just say that. So why now? What's changed? If you say there's never been, this is the first time in years that they have breached.
Dave, I need to reset my camera because I can't see you. Just so you know.
Okay, dude, go for it. In response to that, she'll say, honestly, no idea.
Are we all lined up?
Yeah.
Am I good? I kind of perked up a bit more when she was saying she gained power when she wished for it through her dreams.
Yeah, that's exactly how Yogg-Sothoth has been helping, if you want to call it that, through dreams.
Did you find you could do this before entering this place, or is that new to?
He's always contacted me through dreams ever since we left Avernus. It's the only way it's the only contact I've ever had. So this was happening before, well before we came to Barovia. This can't be. I say to Morrigan again. This is how did the power manifest? Does the name Yogg-Sothoth mean anything to you? Remember him?
Other than he helped you, brother. No, I did reach out to a power. It's the power is connected to this land. It is not of
this land. This land is sour. To draw power from Barovia is to draw power from death. There's no way you can gaze into the abyss like that without it gazing back.
She will look straight into Akxikas' one remaining eye, and she will say, "Hot kettle black, brother. You talk to an unknowable ancient evil."
He certainly is evil, but he's also good, and also neither.
All I wanted to do was survive. I wanted a hand in my own future, and this is what I've been delivered. It is power, and there is more to be gained in this land.
What price do you pay?
I pay no price. I have everything I need here for now.
Well, tell us all now exactly what you mean. What's going to happen? How did you know that I was going to arrive? Is this a prophecy?
The dark powers did tell me that you would come, and you would come, and you would need power, and with that power we could free this land.
We have to go and see the devil Strahd. Would you be willing to accompany us? This is at the bequest of the hags. We have no choice.
I'm gonna ask you to roll this then, Mark. She will respond just before you roll your persuasion. She will respond by saying, "I cannot leave the Baron. The Baron is everything to me." But roll your persuasion anyway.
I'll try and give myself a little boost.
Sure.
So persuasion. Where are you? What's persuasion? Right, here we go. For 18 plus 1, 19.
No. You don't convince her. She's unapologetic about it as well. Oh my. Camera's
Do you
being
need
arse.
to remain? Is there some reason you need to remain in proximity to the Baron? Are your powers linked?
No, he's a father to me. She will say. He's like a father.
Okay, right. Alright, well, tomorrow we have to leave. Tomorrow morning we need to leave town to take my eye effectively to the castle. Unless there's no way we can get out of doing this, unless you can provide us with a way to break the hag's will.
That is currently beyond my abilities. We need you to. So, I will talk to the Baron. I will tell him everything that you've told me about the hags. Unfortunately, he's already made declarations that you will be the guests of honor in 5 days' time at the festival.
We'd be happy to oblige if we're not compelled to be elsewhere.
Well, if you can't make that and you make a fool of the Baron, there's nothing I can do to help you. There's no way that you would be able to redeem yourselves after that slight. But for now, I can give you these 5 days. I'm sure I can talk to the Baron and tell him.
We need to set off tomorrow to journey to the castle. I have no idea if or when we're back.
Okay. Well, if you can't, my advice to you is if you're not going to be at the festival, don't return to the town.
Thanks for the advice. What's the time now, by the way?
You're sort of 10 o'clock, after.
Yeah, I'll say we've got to make an early start tomorrow, or we're gonna all pay very dearly. So please, apologies for leaving earlier. We need to bid you good night and go and get a decent sleep so we can be hopefully back in time.
Yeah. The only other bit of business that she'd possibly have with Akxikas then is communication. How can she contact you? And she would suggest something like if you need to get in touch with her on the 10th bell, she does around the perimeter before she turns in. And she will tell you around the 10th bell she'll be at the west gate. So make yourself, if you have to stay out of Vallaki, that's the only way you can get in touch with her.
Okay.
It's difficult, isn't it? I remember times before we had mobile phones, what we used to do. I was thinking this. So if she will stand and she will say, "Brother, you need to become more powerful. I encourage you to embrace the power of this land."
My power comes from a different source, but I have embraced it. I've been promised more. I just have to do as I'm bidden, which hasn't been too bad so far.
Right, and this next bit, I'm quite happy that Dan, your camera's off for me again, but I'm just gonna.
I need to reset because
when yours went down,
I'm just going very dark because my light source is behind me.
I'm just going to power through this before you reset it.
Yeah, that's fine.
As she stands up, she's just going to turn to Nik Ana and she's going to say, "Right, are you coming with me to my bedroom?"
No, my lady. There are other things I
I'll
need to
do my
think
little
about
thing.
tonight.
I'll do my little thing into Morrigan's head. So don't worry, I can do this now. I told him to stay away from you, or I might hurt him. I'll not say that I said that it was you that would hurt. She would be hurting him.
Right, now I need you to roll a persuasion for that then, Mark.
Okay. Give myself a D4.
Go on then. Right, do you want to do your camera then, Dan?
Persuasion. Here we go with a really pants. Oh no, 14 plus. Oh, no, 18 plus.
And then we lined up.
Yeah.
So that's 21.
Well, I rolled a natural 18 for her insight. So yeah, she believes you. And she'll sort of shrug. She'll saunter off.
You're still a little girl in my head. Sorry, just not ready for that sort of thing right now.
She'll look at Nik Ana and say, "Your loss," and then turn back towards Akxikas and she'll say, "Brother, I am a woman now," and she'll sass out the room.
Yeah, okay. Right. Where had we decided where we were staying?
We've got rooms with Unwin.
And is there anything else like that's taken up a big chunk? Has anyone got any more business before we go to bed? Because I say tomorrow mornings.
All I'll probably want to do is, as we're walking back, just ask Akxikas, with her being out of your life so long. I don't like to ask this, but how do you know we can trust her view of things?
You want me to be honest? I don't know if we can. She was never hungry for power. Whatever's happened, I don't trust that Baron one. I couldn't trust him as far as I could throw him.
No, the Baron is the worst kind of local lord.
There's something's amiss. She's not how I remember. I just hope that there's enough of her left. So to answer your question, no. Categorically, I don't trust her.
Well, that makes life easier, that we're not going to have to argue against her if it does come up with something that she's doing. Yeah.
If I've got something before we long rest. It's kind of when we're in bed, I'd get my book out and write. After obviously hearing that there's dark powers coming to dreams, and
I need a wee again, chaps. I'll be back very shortly.
Just be writing in the book. These powers I've been granted, I assumed these were Saloon, and I just write in the book, "Is this Saloon?"
Okay. Remind me of that another time, Dan, if you don't mind. If I forget. You the rest of the mansion, as it were, is kind of abandoned now. There's still guards around. You have the run of the place if you particularly wanted to. There's there are a couple of guards around. You're not going to be able to have a full-on rifle through their underwear drawer type thing, or are you just going to head straight back to the inn?
He's the kind of vengeful bastard that I prefer not to wind up, so I'm quite happy to leave.
Was there any silver cutlery?
Stop stealing cutlery.
Say again, Ted.
Or bags of flour.
If there is a silver knife, I now no longer have a silvered weapon, so I would take another silver knife.
It's
You're the thief, Dan.
It like pretty much everything that you've seen in Barovia, things have seen better days. So everything's tarnished. Everything's no, it's not silver. They've not brought out the silver for you.
I'll leave it.
Yeah, foot best. As you appear from the Baron's mansion, it is proper nighttime now. It was dark before you came out, but the street lights, what street lighting there is in Vallaki, is on, and what there isn't much at all. It's started to rain It's cold, dank, and misty. It's a typical Barovian night, and you start your journey back to Blue Water Inn. As you go north to cross over the street, the sort of thoroughfare, the main road through the town, from a side alley you hear a scream of terror and despair, and it's quite close. That is followed by it's sort of it's a female scream, and it's followed by a gurgling noise and a thump and a gurgling noise.
Well, Jarek will automatically react and head towards it. That's
Draw my sword and shield. Off
yeah,
we go.
Yeah, well, mace in hand, shield out, head straight towards it.
Okay, let me just catch Mark up. Hello. On the way back, Mark, you've heard you're at sort of a junction where there's a little well in the middle, and you've heard from a side street a scream, and then a thunk and a soft wet and a wet sound, and Nik and Jarek have drawn weapons and run towards.
Yeah, I'll have my staff in my hands all the time anyway. But yeah, I'm gonna go after them. Go with them.
Okay. So as you round the corner, and there's sort of houses all around you, it is quite close with this well in the middle. You run round the corner and you can clearly see what looks like two zombies have attacked and dragged down a local woman and seem to be eating her.
She's still alive.
Yep. She's no longer screaming; she's more gurgling as they rip her throat out as she the last.
Does somebody want to drop? Well, we need to do this in order. Right, somebody needs to drop a heal on her, which could be me. And then the others, whoever's not doing that, needs to kick 7 bales out of these little undead.
I'll just be heading direct for the zombies, mace drawn.
You get the impression she may be beyond healing.
Yeah. I would say if the throat's ripped out, that's probably it.
Okay, right. In that case, it's going to be attack.
Zombie crushing time.
It's zombie crushing time.
Okay, let's go for it then. I'll give you the map I've got planned for you here this evening then. And what you see is just here.
Zombies!
2 zombies, and just behind those zombies, you can see another one there. So if you want to, you were walking up here. You heard the sound coming from there when you were aware. So if you want to sort of place yourself where you like around the centre there, please yourself where you want to go.
Well, so me and Dan
would have been up front. Oh, am I on top of someone now?
That's fine.
Okay, happy with that?
Yep.
Okay, let's roll some initiative from there.
It's done through this, isn't it?
11.
Oh, I've lost the panel that lets me. How do I bring the panel up? Which?
Click on your character.
Your character.
Yeah, I've clicked on my character. I still haven't got the panel.
Oh.
Which?
Do you need to add a window? So
Yeah, I can't remember which one it is.
It's called Selected.
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
The zombies sharing initiative.
Zombies in initiative, yeah.
-1. How's that possible?
Negative dex. Natural 1.
Well, they're really quick zombies. It's because they're still eating.
Okay, so
with the way they're lined up, it kind of looks like they're doing line dancing.
So I'm quite happy for you to have a surprise round if you these zombies are chowing down. So we'll take Jarek first. You're first to react.
I'm for what?
You're top.
I'm never
for
for
order.
We have got
I'm never
Rokkr.
for this.
We've lost Mr. Dexterity.
Yeah. I don't know what to do on first.
I suggest hitting them.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to run up to here.
Yep.
To that square there. Actually, no, that one actually, because I can hold 2. And I'm going to use. I was going to cast a spell. And I was going to cast the floating hammer of smacky heads.
Okay.
Floating hammer of smack.
Douche.
I'm going to summon the hammer in that gap there.
Okay, there you go. Let me just give this a little halo. So hopefully you can control that now as well.
Not at the moment, no.
He's got a new account, remember?
Oh, all right.
Sorry.
No, that's all right, dude. I'll just just don't.
And then I will use the smacky hammer to hit the that zombie.
Okay. Roll to hit with smacky hammer. You've just made me call it smacky hammer.
Yep.
How do you do your pointer thing again? And I always ask, it's just spacebar.
Yeah.
Aye.
9 is going to miss.
That dice on my screen is an 18, not a 9. Okay, that's fine.
Any action?
No, that is the cast. Oh, it's bonus. No, it's
the bonus action, yeah. You've got your action.
Then I will smack as well.
Okay.
And I will smack that one.
Sure.
See if we can hit it any better. Not really. 11.
11 hits.
Woo!
What you...
Ooh.
Yeah, go for it. 8 damage. Sound. Damage 8. What you notice as you run forwards, your spectral hammer, spectral mace appears here, swinging for this one. This zombie seems quite dexterously to move out of the way. This zombie...
A zombie ninja!
Doesn't.
Zombie
There's a
ninja.
solid thunk as you connect with it.
Yeah.
So that's... I'm assuming that you're not going to move away.
Nope, I'm good.
Okay, Akxikas' turn.
Right, I'm going to bonus action. I'm going to hex the first zombie.
Here, yeah.
That's the chap. Yep, Jeff Zombie there. And I'm going to follow that up with 2 beams for an Eldritch Blast at his face.
Go for it. Level
Where's
5.
Grips? Yeah. It's 2 separate rolls I've got to make. So
yeah.
Where is it? Eldritch Blast.
Whether it auto does it for you, I don't know. At level 5, I've not.
No, it doesn't.
No, it's not.
17.
17 is going to hit. Roll your damage plus your hex.
So second roll.
Oh, okay, righto.
So I've hit twice.
You have.
First one.
D10 plus D6 plus 4, I'm guessing, isn't it?
This is the 10d4, 1d10 plus 4. 14.
So then plus 6 for hex, isn't it?
Yep.
Hex is plus a d6, so I'm just going to find it. Oh, God.
Just a d6, Mark. You can, if you... you know the dice, you can do d10 plus d6 plus 4 if you want it. So 15 damage in total. Okay, nice one.
So that's the first one.
Yeah.
The second one does...
Is it considered the same source with hex?
No, it's 2 different. It's 2 separate beams. So you roll separate.
No, the hex is damage added onto the same attack.
Okay. Well, the reason I'm asking is 13 is enough to take it down, but zombies have a special thing. So it's
it's all part of the same roll, so that it wouldn't happen after. It'd be
18. Rolls 21. So okay. So roll your extra damage then, Mark.
That's the extra damage on the second one.
4. Okay. So the Eldritch Blast would have taken it down, but you take off perhaps a limb. Its left arm flies off, and it looks as if it's about to stagger down, but it doesn't. It seems to get sort of like a second wind, and as it stands up, yeah. So the hex takes effect. So I do have to roll another.
No, the hex, Dave. The hex is added. It's a single damage roll. It's not D10
I don't think
and then that.
I don't think you need to.
It's all combined. It adds an extra D6 to the damage.
Okay.
That's the same with all the.
So in
However,
which case,
Mark has rolled both sets of damage. That hex is actually his second Eldritch Blast.
Well, it damages at the same time. It's part of the same.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you'd only make one save for the Eldritch Blast
Gotcha.
and the hex.
So it's a save against 17 plus the 5. Yeah, so it doesn't pass that. Yeah, so you've killed that one, Mark. Nice one.
Yay! That's me done then.
Okay, that takes us to Nick's turn.
Before I run over here, do I see any zombies in other?
Roll
The street.
perception.
Perception. Oh, off I go, straight at them.
Yeah, you've no idea.
Right, coast is clear. It's just these guys.
Are you going to miss everything all night as well?
Well, let's find out.
Let's find out.
I'm facing the wrong way, so probably. I will, as normal, booming blade. So
Sure.
my blade goes blue and starts to buzz, and then smacky smack. Unless I can get round, if you're doing flanking, unless I can get to there and flank,
Yes, mate. Yeah.
I will flank then, and
Yep.
that gives me advantage, right?
Sure.
So a normal
You had enough movement for that. I take it.
attack roll. Yeah, I had 20 to get to the first one. That was an extra 10.
What's the name of the map we're on, Dave?
There you go, dude.
Oh, right, sorry.
So advantage here, and roll. And I forgot to do my bloody hunter's mark before this. Never mind.
Well, you
Unless you're happy for me to hunter's mark it, but my bonus action was going to be hunter's mark.
bonus actions. You booming blade.
My booming blade is my main action.
Ah,
It's instead of an attack.
right. Okay. No, you can do your hunter's mark if you want, mate.
I'd have hunter's marked the one I was attacking because I can't hex whilst I've got both weapons out.
Okay, that's the one and only time you get that.
Yeah.
Okay. So 25 hits,
Um,
and you were attacking this lad, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I have got
You've got Hunter's Mark and Hex then.
yes.
That makes you pretty snazz cumbery.
Well, they're both concentration, so I can't stack them.
Oh,
That's the point. You two are concentrating now, aren't you?
yes.
So
1d8
put the
is plus
concentration
6.
dot on you. Concentrate on spell.
I've got a combination. I've got thunder damage in this roll. Do I need to roll separately, or is that fine to all combine?
All combine. Yeah, this is what I was saying, Mark. If you click the dice, you can roll 1d10, 1d6, and then roll both of those and just manually add 4 to it.
Yeah, so that's my damage, and then this plus 6.
So smash it.
23 damage.
That's gonna easily kill it. I doubt very much. Can it save that? No. Yeah, it can't. Yeah, that's killed it. One. Awesome. That's better, mate.
I don't need to smite anymore. I'm just going to stack d8s.
Nice. Nice. So that's bonus action, movement action takes us to Fester, I believe.
Yep. So crack open me magic balls.
Okay.
I'll wander up slightly as well.
Sure.
I don't want to squeeze Ted's magic balls.
With your with what I'm going to do actually, Ted, just before you do move up, with your passive perception, you are going to hear movement from pretty much everywhere surrounding you.
Yeah. I'll obviously relay that to everyone. That there's more.
Company.
Not entirely sure what there's more of, but there's more of it.
The coast was definitely clear.
It might have been clear then. It just appeared to be clear now.
But yeah, magic balls.
Sure. Which one are you going for?
The one in front of the mace, because that's the other two are dead, aren't they?
Yeah.
There's only the two behind the mace now, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Go for it.
that fella.
Give him a kick.
Anytime today.
Kill.
20.
20 hits.
Ooh, 11.
11.
Have that in your face.
11. As your magic ball leaves your hands, not a sentence that you say every day, it strikes the zombie square in the forehead. And as it does so, you can hear a very human cry of pain as this thing realises what's happened and then drops to the floor. As it drops to the floor, Nick, at your feet, you can spot what looks like someone dressed up in a very convincing zombie costume.
What?
These two.
Was he eating the
These
lady?
two weren't. This is a man dressed up as a zombie.
I just crouch over and stare at it.
So what you doing,
Beware,
dude?
the other one behind it might still be a zombie, Dan.
So having seen that, this zombie is going to move towards Nick. Actually, no, you had a surprise round, didn't you? So
Yeah. It's back to me.
yeah, we'll go back. Well, what we'll actually do is we'll go back to top of the round. I'm going to reveal what you're actually up
More
against
zombies.
as things move into place.
Holy crap.
So from round the corner, you hear a hiss as
Oh, god damn it.
this humanoid figure dressed in a black veil, pointy teeth, white, pale porcelain skin, female,
Smells like an egg.
hisses and comes round the. You know what? She's gonna just drop round the corner and stand here. And then you are going to see
More zombies.
Underpants gnomes.
a dagger, a spectral, spiritual dagger appear. And it's a spinning blade. It. Let me just change that to red.
Hell's going on here?
Jeez, lots of it.
Okay, and this spinning dagger tries to fly towards Nick. Unfortunately, let me just double check this. Yeah, unfortunately, it rolls a 7 to hit you. So the
Ding.
this spinning spiritual type weapon misses. This creature will then call down what looks like fire from the sky and attempts to strike Nick. Make a dexterity
Spells?
saving throw, please.
2 spells?
Fails. That is going to be 8 points of radiant damage.
Radiant?
Brilliant.
Yeah. Something's not right here.
There's a cleric or a paladin dressed as a zombie.
Okay.
Now, it says vampire spawn. Is that what I see? Would I...
That's what it
Or am I-
appears to be.
Okay.
It's dark, low light. There's no natural street light. Everything is dark. That just sort of figures in the night, as far as you can tell. You have seen the fangs and the hissing.
Okay.
I'm going to do this one next. Is going to do pretty much the same. A floating spiritual weapon is going to appear next to Akxikas. That's a 13 to hit Akxikas.
Let me see. AC 14.
Okay, that misses then. And I'm going to ask you to make a dexterity saving throw as fire streaks down from the sky. So, I mean, Jarek would definitely be aware of this. Most of you, the rest of you would as well. These vampire spawns You failed. Seem to be summoning spiritual weapons and casting Sacred Flame. Akxikas takes 4 radiant damage.
Is that classed? It's not an attack, is it, really? Is it classed as an attack?
Nope.
No,
So it's going to be exactly the same from this cultist here.
So I've taken
4 radiant damage, yeah. The spiritual weapon rolls a 5 to hit Akxikas, but you're going to need another dexterity saving throw, please, Mark.
So we'll take another saving throw. Unless it's DC 10, no.
Meets it, beats it. You've passed. You managed to sidestep the radiant blast. There is the last spiritual weapon appears from this spawn here. Do you like the pictures, by the way?
Yeah.
Are they all the same?
Enjoyed looking at that.
Oh, they're all different.
But your man.
I had 10 minutes today. So this one tries to attack Fester. Rolls a natural 1. All the spiritual weapons have missed. Dexterity saving throw from Fester, please.
Yeah, hang on.
Oh, fuck. What I would say in response to that would be,
Mm-hmm.
11.
Meets it, beats it. Yes, you dodge out of the way of the radiant blast. That takes us to Jarek's turn.
Yeah.
Face.
So Jarek, obviously, very kind of quickly getting a grasp of the situation as to what he's seeing here. Not understanding, but grasping the flood in. I'm basically just quickly going to very quickly shout to Akxikas and Fester to kind of indicate to come through this way, so we're not fighting on all fronts. Being we've already cleared a chunk of this corridor.
I see it.
And then I will. I think I'm probably going to need another spell coming up here. I'm just going to quick look what's going to anything particularly useful.
Oh, I got hit by a radiant blast, didn't I?
It's a giant sausage roll. I saw it.
I need to do a Constitution saving throw with advantage because of Warcaster.
Cool. Oh yeah, you got hit as well, Mark. You need to do your concentration.
Did he?
I get advantage.
Have you got?
Oh, you have. You've got your warlock thing.
Yeah.
You took that invocation.
Yeah.
Okay, add what we're doing.
Failed.
Ooh, hold up, what was the DC then?
It's 10 minimum.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so you haven't got a hex anymore.
Well, still I cast it again.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm just going to use the bonus action with the mace, because the mace can float past people, can't it?
Yeah.
So it's going to go and play Tonk with the vampire spawn.
Sure.
Or potential vampire spawn, which I'll roll in a second, and then I'm just going to cast Spirit Guardians on myself. So 15 feet bubble around me, dealing damage to anyone that isn't one of my party members.
Okay.
So I'm going to then...
And the woman on the floor with the throat ripped out, just in case.
Well, I think a bit late for her. So just to remind myself, so when you cast a spell, doesn't it? An all-effective spirit is held in the air. When a creature enters the area for the first time or starts its turn there, it has to make a wisdom saving throw or take damage.
Okay, so you've got your blue aura now. Yeah. That's your 15.
So people can kind of get past and for what? How Akxikas is like normal walking speed, isn't he? He's like, is it 30 or 50? Yeah. I'm just trying to think, because obviously I want to be people coming at me rather than giving the chance for Akxikas to get behind me. So I'm probably just going to stay where I am. Or do I want to move one back to there? Because they can get past me there, can't they?
Yeah, should be able to get past behind you there.
Yeah, move to 30. If you stay there, Akxikas can get 5 behind you.
Yeah. I just want to kind of back up and hold the thing, but knowing that there's a reasonable chance they can get round past me.
Sound.
And that also, I think, puts that zombie... Does that zombie count as being in that bubble now? Or
I'm happy for it to be, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know exactly how it worked with the edging on it. Right then, so just going to resolve the mace smacking potential vampire spawn.
Cool.
So we rolled a slightly better 21.
21 hits.
Dealing 8 damage of smacky.
8 damage.
Is it radiant from spiritual weapon?
Force.
I think so, yeah.
It's force damage.
Force, okay. So, yeah, so that's all my turn.
Okay, Mark, Akxikas' turn.
Right.
Like it.
Vampire spawn. What I'm going to do is... Where am I there? So I can move 30 feet. Right, I'm on... Add a movement. There we go. 1, 2, 3...
So that's 15,
4,
20, 25.
5, and then come down to there.
30, yeah.
That's my movement. On the vampire spawn, I'm going to cast Hex again.
Is this the same one at the back?
Yeah, the one at the back there.
Okay, Hex,
Spell.
you're concentrating.
And what's it? Eldritch Blast again.
Go for it.
Roll. Right, sorry. First roll. 13.
13 hits.
Oh my god. Second roll. 16.
Okay, so 2 solid hits.
2 hits. Right, so this is the normal damage. 7 from the first. But I'll just roll normal damage and then roll the what's it damage. Is that okay?
You do as you see fit. The quickest way to do it would be 2d10, 2d6 plus 8, but you do it as you like.
I'll have a play with it. So that's the damage from the standard Eldritch Blast.
So that's 18. So 2 hex damage.
Right, I'm rolling the wrong thing, but it's just 2d6. So
yeah, perfect. That you can hear screams of agony. Very human sounding screams of agony coming from this vampire spawn. I did it. And you can tell after causing such trauma to this creature, you've fought vampire spawn. This is not a vampire spawn. This is a woman.
Well, she's trying to kill me with some zombies.
She's still trying to kill you with some zombies. Is that your turn then, Mark?
That is my turn, so yes.
We didn't say it was a nice woman. It's just a woman.
Yeah.
True that.
I'm going to go and roll me back very short.
Righto. So zombies have got 20, 10, 15, 20, 15, 20.
Oh, I didn't realise they were going before Festa, damn it.
Yeah, it's just one of those things, unfortunately.
Yeah. I didn't spot them slip in the initiative order. I thought they were all under the other zombies at the bottom.
Well in the way, so probably round there. 20 to there. Zombies are slow. I'm moving. So, oof. Okay. Let me just double check. And that one as well. Okay, right. Brace then, Mr. Cooper. Are you ready? So 3 zombies on you. First one rolls 14 to hit.
No.
5 to hit.
No.
23 is a crit.
Piss.
It's not the best crit. It's only 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Right.
You can survive that.
Yeah. Next turn.
I will. You've seen me cast Eldritch Blast before, but it's normally from my hand because I've had to put my sword away. But this time you see me swing my sword in an arch, and it kind of glows moonlight, and then two balls that are kind of full moons with shadow flying around them strike two creatures
Sounds very phallic.
Yeah.
It does a little bit.
over here. So
Yeah.
two. So I'll do
So this
the
one?
vampire spawn first. Oh,
Yeah, vampire spawn first, yeah.
Questionable vampire spawn.
so this is just Eldritch Blast.
Look, if they identify as a vampire spawn, who are you to say they're not a vampire spawn?
We haven't actually asked them what their
14.
identifiers yet.
14's going to hit. Yeah.
I think you might be a
8
big
damage
there.
to it.
8 damage. How do you want to do that one?
The globe, it doesn't strike, it kind of goes into the head and just kind of grows, and she drops to the floor.
Nice. Okay.
And then the second beam went into the human,
Yeah.
or the human being a zombie.
Oh, is that what human is? Is that one a human?
We
again?
don't know for definite, but
Okay.
Probably.
I've lost track.
15
I don't know what's a zombie and what's not anymore. I'm going to
15.
have trust issues by the end of this.
15
That
hits.
Oh, that's 10.
Yeah, in one. How do you want to kill that?
Same again, it's just at the same time they just glow over their heads and they just drop. The balls
Nice.
are still there for a bit and then dissipate.
Well, that's pretty powerful. You're throwing out some numbers now, boys.
3. I run to Fester.
Yeah.
And again, you've seen me teleport as kind of the shadow encompasses me. But now I put my hand on Fester's shoulder and that mist, that black mist, goes down my arm into Fester and he turns to black mist and teleports behind Akxikas.
Awesome.
Wicked.
With you, are you at the front now?
No, I'm still there, but I've got 15 feet of movement left.
So back up to
Oh, I was thinking there.
yeah. That sounds solid to me. And
Yeah,
So I've
Fester can-
teleported Fester to here.
Does he need to be willing to go?
He does. Are you willing, Fester, or
I'm a little confused, but yeah, go.
Okay, help yourself then.
happy but
so-
baffled.
So
Where are we here?
yeah.
yeah?
That's some
We see
moves,
that
boys.
one.
I'm enjoying this.
What's with the spirit? Have none of the spiritual strap-ons disappeared? Because we've
One.
One of them
Yeah.
did.
One of
The
them.
one that was
Disappeared
with-
from here. So that takes us to it's Festus' turn.
Hey.
Goose.
Yeah.
That bottom
There we go,
row
Dave.
vampire
It didn't
spawn
take
is
long
lovely.
until I needed to teleport someone else.
Likes it. Right, Goose is in play. You tell me. You put him where you want, dude.
Put him in the well.
Power.
I was
We'll see.
thinking
We'll see what
right
wins.
about here.
Yeah, that looks
that's
right.
the sensible one.
Yeah.
The well was
Blast some
funny.
shizzle.
That's going to be quite nice. Let me give him. I'm going to give him an orangey halo. There you go.
Hello.
Okay, so I've got 4 deck saves.
I've lost the fucking
Do I need
goose.
to make one?
No, dude.
Oh, I was going to say, I thought I don't think I would.
Why would you need to make one?
I don't know. Something may have happened when I wasn't there.
I know. Ooh, wow. Zombie rolls 17, the first one. 17, 2, 6, and 14. So 17, 2, 6,
He
and
might have gone
14.
15 now, though, because we're level 5.
So what's
So
your
then,
DC, dude?
16.
Ooh.
So only 1 pass.
Mhm.
Damage.
And then it's 2d6 fire damage
Okay.
as soon as the dice load. Come on, fuckers.
It's half for pass, isn't it?
Braved, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course it does.
Do it.
Do some burny damage.
2. Right.
I love the way we can just see a little zombie leg here.
10.
Just
Nice.
he's just holding his ankle round the corner, taunting us.
Have you seen the vampire spawn there? She's lovely.
I can't see her at the moment.
Oh.
I thought you'd enjoy the vampire spawn, Mark.
Yeah.
Okay, so I believe that's bonus action then.
So I may as well chuck a ball at one of them.
Okay.
See if I've got 'em.
Morticia Adams was my second ever childhood crush. Princess Leia, obviously being first.
Belinda Carlisle was my second ever childhood crush. Princess Leia being my first.
She was stunning in Star Wars. It has to be said. In fact, she was stunning in the first three. It's the cat again. What do you want?
Ted, which one are you going for?
Yeah. Sorry, that one.
Got you.
Well, what's going on here? Something's gone weird there. Okay. I don't know why that didn't roll, but it didn't.
It is now.
Bastards. 10.
10 hits a zombie. Roll your damage. Yes, this one isn't moving.
We know he's a real zombie.
Yeah.
Oh, 11 again.
Tidy.
Magic balls.
My name is Petey.
Take it that one's an actual zombie then, seeing as it didn't scream.
Yeah. Just took a solid thump because the magic ball tears through its torso and out the other side, but it keeps.
None of those screamed, even the geese ones.
None of those screamed at all.
Right.
However, we now move on to these cultists, and these move a bit quicker than the others. So that one's going to move to there. This one's similar.
So these are the ones that have been to the cosplay shop.
2 from the side street. However, I'll get close. 25 to there. Right. Okay. And everything else around you is dead. So none actually in melee range. However, we now go to the vampire spawn.
None of them dashing to get to us.
No.
Actually, Dave, are you aware that, because I wasn't until I accidentally stumbled across it somehow, Belinda Carlisle did a Playboy shoot, you know? Not recently.
Well, I should hope not recently.
I love the little addition at the end. Not recently.
Right, so I'm going to do it in clockwise order. So the spiritual weapon is going to move 15 here from there. This vampire spawn will move here. This spiritual weapon is going to... You're concentrated now, aren't you, Bob?
Yes.
Yeah. So
What
this
one?
spiritual weapon is going to...
Oh, the Shield Guardian.
No, I'm going to do it the other way around. This vampire spawn here is casting a spell at Jarek. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
That was crap. 10.
You are held. You are considered paralysed. So, as such, I believe your spiritual fella drops. Surely you can't concentrate on it when you...
Well, it doesn't say that happens in this whole person spell.
Depends what-
I assume it's whole person I've been hit with.
Yeah, you're paralysed.
Yeah. I'll have a quick read of paralysed while you're.
Incapacitated. So we need to see the incapacitated. Let's just.
Incapacitation.
Paralysed
Yes, being paralysed includes the incapacitated condition within it, and when you're incapacitated, you drop concentration.
Okay.
Where does it say that? Because on the incapacitated that I've found, it just says can't take actions or reactions.
But the concentration rule is you drop concentration when you
Oh,
take
it's in concentration, is it?
or you become incapacitated.
Okay.
Right, and then the hammer is going to swing in towards you at advantage. So first one's 5. Second one's 4. Good God, that's a 1 and a 2. I've just rolled with advantage. So
that's fine. I failed that with a +7 to the roll for my wisdom save. So
right, 5, 10, 15, 20. That can't move into range. 5, 10, 15, 20. That one can. So this one's going to roll with advantage. So that's 14.
Nope.
Oh, misses you. Yeah. These,
18.
Yeah. These spiritual weapons aren't doing much at all. However, I now have. Now that, do you automatically fail dexterity saving throws? So you take. So 1 cast hold, and there's 2 left. So you take 2d8 damage, radiant damage. So the first one does 8 radiant damage. Second one does 5 radiant damage.
Okay.
That's their turn. We're now on to you. I believe you need to repeat the save at the end of your turn to escape the hold, if I remember rightly.
Turn, isn't it?
Wasn't it at the start, and then if you pass it, that's your action, or something like that? I can't remember.
At the end of each of the turns, I can make another attempt. So that's my entire turn is just trying to pass.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, your turn does nothing, and then it ends with you.
26.
That'll do it. Okay. So that takes us to
That's wasted a level 3 spell.
Akxikas.
Right. Okay. I am gonna. Is that vampire spawn I attack dead?
Yes.
Yeah,
Everything in your corner is now dead.
Right. I'm gonna move my hex to this vampire spawn here,
Gotcha.
and follow it up with all I can do is what's it? Isn't it a cantrip? So it's going to be Eldritch Blast again.
Sure.
First roll. Both beams at the same target.
You can do more than a cantrip.
Bonus action hex.
Because he's not cast the hex, he's just moved it.
Ah, true.
Yeah, fair enough.
That was the worst noise I've ever made.
In that case, I won't. Just for the sake of interestingness and the fact we're about to have a long rest.
Presumptuous.
We hope.
I'm going to guiding bolt at 2nd level.
What, the same spawn?
Same spawn, yeah.
Roll to hit.
Hex on. Right. Hang on. Where is it? I'm trying to find it. Oh,
Was that
here we are.
do more damage than his guiding bolt? His Eldritch Blast?
If you crit. 15 hits.
Right. 5d6.
Well, it'd be 66.
If he crit. Is it 5 normally, or?
It's 4 normally, but it's cast it at level 2.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so it's 5. That's what I rolled.
Yeah, so 21 plus your hex damage.
Hex damage of 3.
Nice, 24 damage, Mark.
And someone's got advantage of hitting it. You know.
Guiding bolt. Yep. Any movement? Doing anything else?
No, that'll be me done.
Okay, Zombers. Right, they can move into range now without falling into spiritual death. So 20 there. 15. They're going to move around the street a little bit.
Oh, they can get over. Oh.
Right, this is going to get busy.
I thought we'd block that. I didn't realise I could go on the roofy bit.
Oh, if you'd specifically planned yourself to put yourself in the way, then yeah, you can.
That was the intent of got back down.
Yeah.
It was kind of me and Adam blocking the.
Sure. There is one here though. So 1, 2, 3 within melee range. Oh, I've lost track now. I'm going to move.
Does the goose not get to do anything to him?
No.
You don't get attack opportunity with the goose.
Actually, they're running past the goose, aren't they? They wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm still going to have the 3 against you guys, but the rest. Yeah, nice one, Ted. I'm gonna
Sure.
try and kill Cinders, which I'm gonna do first. So it's 4 attacks on Cinder. Okay, so first one, 9 to hit Cinder.
Sorry, Fester, it was you or the goose I got to safety.
Yeah, what's Cinder's AC?
What the goose would want, it's a power goose. It doesn't want to be faffed around. It wants to get in there.
Been so long, I've forgotten whereabouts it is.
Yeah.
Is it in your features and...
No. Feats. His actual stats aren't. Oh, hang on, there we go. What did you want?
AC.
Armor class.
Yeah.
Yeah, 13.
13. Right, first one misses. Second one's an 11, misses. 19 hits Cinder for 3 bludgeoning damage. And did I say 4? 1, 2, 3. Yep. So last one is another 19 for 6 bludgeoning damage against Cinder. And then we've got 1 on Nik, 2 on Jarek. Nik first. Crit, 23 to hit.
Okay.
6 points of bludgeoning. 2 on Jarek. 21.
Yeah.
3 damage. 11.
What was that? I need to know them separately because I reduced them.
Well, 3 damage is nothing.
0.
You're right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice. That's the
And what was
heavy
the other one,
armor
sorry?
business, isn't it?
Yeah. And so,
And the other one misses.
oh,
That's Nik's go.
So there's a few in front of us.
Yeah, you've got. It's a bit difficult to see now. Let me give them a red halo. So you've.
Yeah, and then there's one underneath the second spiritual weapon, the one of the spiritual weapons. I'm going to turn to our casters and kind of to Fester and Akxikas and say, take out the spellcasters. We'll hold the front.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I didn't get to speak.
Yeah. And I suppose I'll Hunter's Mark the one right in front of me,
Sure.
and I'll attack it with Booming Blade.
Okay, go for it.
Why gophers? Why not prairie dogs?
15.
Prairie.
Jesus.
Yeah, it doesn't roll off the tongue, Mark. 15
Hit
hits.
with 15. Plus 6 to this. 20.
Oh, pussycat. What's to do, lad?
That's close. Not
Was
quite.
it not gone?
Not quite in one shot, mate. That's looking a lot healthier though, Dan.
This is a normal zombie, isn't it? We've got it's not a human.
Yes. No, it's a normal
me
zombie.
Just, just winking at it and telling it to run won't do anything.
No, it stinks. It hums. That's Festus' turn, I believe, unless you've got anything else done.
No, I've done my bonus action for the Hunter's Mark and whatnot.
Okay, Festus' turn.
Is it by any chance stormy?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Oh.
And seeing as I am outside, let's call some lightning.
Yes.
It's a big fucking area that it can choose from.
Yep.
It's like 10 foot tall and a 60-foot radius. So it'll happily be covering the square where they all are. Obviously, I only hit one person with it, but it's concentration, so it stays.
60-foot radius is all of them, but it's just a 20-foot square that hits, isn't it?
Stormcloud was with a 60-foot radius centered on a point you can see from range directly above you. The spell fails. Doesn't say anything about. 20
So
foot.
what happens is that the storm cloud appears above everything. It's 60 feet radius, so it's the storm cloud appears or intensifies above the rest of it. But your actual call lightning is a specific area within that cloud.
That's it.
Within 5 feet of that point.
I pick a point. Each creature within 5 foot. Sorry, yeah.
So pick your point. Pick your point well, I'd say.
Well, if I'm thinking here, because then I'm getting, because I can only see one of the spellcasters at the moment.
Yep. So you're getting this group here.
Yeah.
And Cinder.
Isn't Cinder immune fire?
This
Or is
isn't
it
fire.
Yes.
Well,
Fire,
actually,
yeah.
not fire?
no, if I put it on the actual caster, then that'll miss him,
Sure.
but
Yeah.
still get those other two.
Smashing. So dex saves.
Yeah, 16.
Okay. So one zombie dex save rolls 15. So zombie fails. I've got 2 zombies. 9 and 3 rolls a natural 1. So they all fail.
Do it, Ted.
Do it, Ted.
Which one is the D10 on the actual?
Above the D8, if that helps. Below the percentage, the 2 dice.
And Dave, you said there was a storm already.
The
Below.
decahedron.
Yeah, so it's an extra D10.
4d10.
That's a D8. You sure you don't mean above the percentage one?
Possibly. Try it.
It says d10 above the percentage.
Well, hang on then. Let's just see what that one is.
That's D8.
Right, yeah, we don't want that. So it is the one above percentage. So
Right, okay, sorry.
4 of those.
we don't need to know about that. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, a bit hot and fuck, isn't it?
Come on.
Oh, you bastard.
Tiny little, tiny
Well, that's
little
quite good though.
It's not come through for me. What do you get?
Oh,
32.
Oh, Jesus.
I think you might have killed them.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. And they all fail. Right, okay. That
Ted,
one's
you seem disappointed with that roll.
that
was
one's
8 off max.
incinerated.
Because
They're-
one of them was going to be a 10 and it just rolled off.
Oh, still.
That's
What's the spell?
good eggs.
All lightning.
Call
Call
lightning.
lightning.
He does that every turn.
Have you used that on
For 10
Solasta?
minutes.
Yeah, Mark.
No,
It's a good one.
brutal.
It is. It's good. It's not fireball damage for a 3rd level spell, but it's good.
Has anyone else played?
But obviously you have to be outside.
Dave?
Is the issue.
Have any of the rest of you played Solasta ever?
No, it's a good game.
Right.
Sorry, Ted. What was that last bit?
You have to be outside to use it.
Oh, you don't have to be outside to use it. You can use it inside, but you get the extra D10 damage if it's stormy and you're outside.
I'm sure it said something about asking to be outside. Well, it doesn't matter.
It
Yeah.
does say you can't do it if the room can't accommodate the cloud. If the room's too small for the cloud, then
Right.
you can't. But
Okay, I get you.
Yeah,
So if I
think old school
have to
call
pick
lightning.
high ceilings rooms.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's your turn then.
Can
Cinder.
the goose not spit at her?
Yeah, he can. He's going to get disadvantage because he's in melee
Yeah.
range.
I mean, well, that is much of a muchness, isn't it? Unfortunately.
Can't he use his port?
I
Just send
suppose,
him-
yeah, he can teleport himself.
it explodes around him when he leaves, doesn't it?
I believe so.
Yeah, hang on.
We've not used it in these circumstances much before, have we?
No.
It was to get yourself out of the death house. That was still my favourite one.
Spirit and each willing creature within 5 feet of him teleport up to 15 feet to unoccupied spaces, and each creature within 5 feet of that space that the spirit left must succeed a dex saving throw, or 1d6 plus PB.
Proficiency
Proficient
bonus.
So 3.
Right.
So they all fail. So 1d6 plus 3 damage to all of them, and then you can put Cinder anywhere 15 feet away.
Come on, fucker. Right. 1d6. 3 plus 3, so 6.
6. Gotcha. Okay, so damage. 6. 6. 6.
Yeah,
can
tap you
move.
over there, Goose.
He can move 15, can't he?
Sorry, I didn't see that zombie. There we go.
Yeah, cool. Right, that was quite a turn, dude. So. Okay. Right. What to do?
Left
What to
think
do?
instead.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I've had rolling news on in the background. I've heard it about 18 times today.
It must have been a decent age, though.
It was 86.
Ah, fair play.
Yeah.
Decent age, as they say. Right,
No
so
one moan at that.
these lads are going to move forward slightly into a position where they can start throwing projectiles. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 daggers are going to fly towards Jarek.
These bad guys are aware there's other targets, yeah.
They are, but you're stood in the way.
The other targets are available.
I'm not gonna lie, your armor's pretty good against them, though. I imagine.
It's better than mine.
So first one rolls a natural 1, and then
He's
7.
stabbed himself.
7 to hit, 6 to hit, and crit! I did get a crit. 24.
I just took a burp.
However, it is only 5 piercing damage, reduced to 2.
Even when they hit, it's nothing.
So that takes us to spawn, and there are still 3 left, and they are not happy. So it's going to be this spiritual hammer. He's got a choice. So I'm going to split. In fact, Mark, roll a D4 for me. 1 and 2 is Jarek. 3 and 4 is Nik. So that spiritual weapon's going to move into this space here. Well, it'll move there, but 2 against Nik, which I'm going to do first. There's no advantage or disadvantage, it's just a straight roll. So for Nik, it's 18.
Nope.
And then 10, so that misses. And then Jarek is 21 to hit.
Yeah.
Yep. So that hits, and it's +1 for 7 force damage.
Yep.
And then we have actions. Do you want to make your constitute? Oh no, it's missed you, Dan, didn't it? Yeah. Okay, they're gonna. I think that one's gonna move. What's the range? No, it's probably going to stay there, actually.
The range is how far it can go.
It's a good job you're here, Mark. I think roll a D for me. D4 again, Mark, for me. It's going to be the same situation with the Sacred Flame. 3 and 4 is okay. So 2 for Jarek. So 2 dexterity saving throws for you, for Jarek, and 1 for Nik.
Dexterity.
Yeah. So 1 fail for Jarek. 2 fails for Jarek. A pass for Nik. So for Jarek, that's going to be 8 plus 2, 10 separate. So 8 and then 2 radiant damage.
Yeah.
And then this one is going to move behind the building. That one's going to move behind the building. And that one's going to move behind the building. Jarek's turn.
I'll cast Spirit Guardians again, and that's the last level 3 slot for me today.
Okay.
And then Mace up to there and smack that one there.
Action to cast your Spirit Guardians.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Spiritual weapons,
Right, yeah. Sorry, smacking it with your spiritual weapons, yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Roll them.
Missed, I think. 10.
Nope, that hits. Hits a zombie.
Okay. Oh, truly mighty 5 damage.
5 is enough. How do you want to take that one down?
Adam can't kill. Sorry.
Adam can't
I
kill.
can't kill.
Adam can't kill because of his hag curse.
That's why I didn't say anything.
Let's bring you back to life.
Wake me up inside.
It was only on 2. It's on 1 last now. Okay. Any all done?
Yeah.
Okay, Mark, your turn. Akxikas, what are you gonna do?
Where's that vampire spawn that I hit?
They've disappeared around the corner.
Oh, sorry. There was one thing that I wanted to say last turn, but couldn't because I was held. So I was just going to basically kind of try and get one of the two behind me just to check that there's no way round the back. Especially with the vampires suddenly vanishing each side around the building.
Right. Well, in that case, I'm just going to send 2. I've got no hex because I can't move unless they die. So I will. Right. So that's right. This zombie.
Yeah.
Sorry. This zombie and this zombie. Those 2.
Gotcha.
Just going to be 2. Blast of the old.
Okay, let's do furthest first.
Yeah, okie dokie. Furthest. We're going in. Set my 5s. Yeah. Oh, I've just rolled damage. I told you. I'll try rolling to hit. 9.
Hits.
Oh my god. Right, here we go. Damage then. 7.
7. Okay. So that's 5, 12. Okay. Yep. Second one.
Oh my word.
9 hits.
I can't believe it. With a 2.
Hits with a 2.
9 damage.
9 damage. So that's decent. And they both fail their Constitution saving throws. How do you want to kill those 2?
It's the black beams of energy right into the centre of both of their foreheads. Just bores through till the back of their heads explode with a big splat and they fall over.
Nice. Right, zombies. So I think there's not a great deal they can actually do. That one, he's going to move into position to be mowed down by you all. Other than that,
He's just taking damage then because he's run into the spiritual.
Yes. So he makes a wisdom save. Rolls a 7, so you can roll your damage for your spiritual guardians. In fact, all of them need wisdom saving throws because they're starting their turn in the spiritual guardians. So wisdom 2, 14. What's your DC? Bob?
I think it's 50. Where does it sound? It doesn't sound the spell. Oh yeah, wisdom 15. Yeah.
Oh, they all fail. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fails. Roll your damage. And it's radiant you're doing as well, isn't it?
Yeah, radiant 8.
That's interesting. But you
They're all on
can't.
one.
But you can't kill.
I'm not. The spirits are. You're cool.
No, you can't, mate. You can't. I mean, yeah. Well, they're all taking 8 in it. It's a shame because the zombie fortitude radiant ignores it, but you have reduced them all massively. So it's going to be one attack against Nik and 2 against Jarek. Nik's attack is a crit, 23.
Okay.
6 points of bludgeoning. For Jarek is 9 to hit and 7 to hit. That puts us on Nik's turn.
How beaten up is Jarek looking?
Fairly well beaten.
If I was to move him, as in to switch positions, because you, assuming you still do this, you can use half your movement to move somebody else. It's mainly just kind of a switch mine and Adam's position as all of my movement. Would that provoke opportunity attacks because he's moved, or because he didn't voluntarily do it?
Are you're physically doing it?
I would like to kind of push him kind of to the back so that all the arrows are thrown at me.
It would be an opportunity attack. It's because there are abilities like bait and switch and things like that specifically are designed to take you out of. But this is, you haven't got any of those abilities, have you?
No.
No. Got a poisonous monkey.
Just have to kill the one in front of you down and push forward.
Yeah, it was just trying to work out if I could.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. I can still take a bit more punishment.
I'll smack the one in front of me then.
Okay,
I could
sure.
drop a heal on you as a bonus action next go if you're looking rough.
I've still got a bit more play in me. Don't worry about it yet.
Right, yeah.
Just remind you all that it is still kind of stormy out.
Yeah. So
hits.
20 to hit.
Yeah. It's on one dude, but roll your damage because we like to roll dice.
Plus 6, 24.
That's that decent.
Is that enough?
That's awesome. So that's hold up. That's without. Oh, in front of you. So that's the one with the hunter's mark on. Yeah, of course, because it's the extra d6. Okay, how do you want to kill that one?
I kind of slice as I step into its space.
Okay, and you're moving forwards then.
Have any of these screamed?
That one didn't.
Yes.
No, all the ones in front
I
of you are
moved.
zombies.
Right.
Moving
What about the
forward.
ones that got bombarded back here? Did any of these scream?
These are all screamers.
Right.
All four of them are screamers.
And move my hunter's mark onto him.
Smashing.
It's kind of a spiritual weapon spinning because they're not. Is it spinning knives?
Yeah.
It's just kind of a push it as I walk into the space as well with my chest plate.
Yeah, why not? Oh, with your chest out, with your pigeon chest.
Yeah.
Right. Fester.
Right. I think we'll have to bring the line in here, seeing as Dan's decided to move forwards.
You're rippling some out.
Okay, so you're aiming for these three?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, let's roll some damage. I'll do some dex saves. Zombie dex saves, -2. 4. 1 crits with an 18, so that's the second one. And 7, so 1 saves. Come on, Ted. Big money.
29.
And again, that doesn't count as casting a spell in terms of only cantrips, if that makes a difference.
Right.
So that one's dead. The one that passed is only 1 hit point, so that's dead. And that one, so all 3 die. Any movement bonus actions? Goosey.
Yeah. Because unfortunately, Cinder can't see anyone other than the fake zombies.
Can move.
Yeah.
You can go and try and find where the vampire went.
Yeah, well. Come over here.
Yeah, you can move as 25. He, I don't know.
I think you can move 30, to be honest, but yeah. Just wondering why I can't see down this alleyway.
I've changed him to PC. Well, there is one here.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Can you not see that?
No, it doesn't highlight
No,
anything.
I can't see.
Right,
It's
hold
not
up.
counting Cinder as our line of sight.
Okay, I'll tell you what.
There we go.
You got it? Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So we'll spit at that one.
That one, I can't remember what happened to this one, but it has been savaged.
It got hit by lightning.
Or lightning.
That'll be it. Okay, roll to hit then, Ted.
That's just the same as my
Same as your magic bowls.
balls. Yeah. What am I doing? There we go.
Yes. Okay, roll your damage. It's not +5 though. This is it. It's +3.
Yeah.
Yep, it's enough to do it.
6.
So, come
Nice
on.
one, Goose.
Has he killed anyone before? Would you like to?
Yeah, Cinder's killed several things.
Would you like to talk us through how an attractive woman dressed up as a vampire spawn is going to die at the hands of a spitting fire goose?
As you'd expect.
She's going to be much alarmed at a wide-winged goose coming at her, and then suddenly, from the middle of her, slowly starts to burn and just cinders out until she piles of dust.
Piles of dust.
Which floating knife vanishes?
It's going to be the
vanished,
bottom one.
haven't
Actually, it's not. I think it was the top one, actually.
I think it was, because it was the one that got
Spinning on my
closest quick.
chest and then
Yeah,
it vanishes.
yeah. It is, however, their turn. So they need to be able to see for spiritual weapons. So one there, 20. Let me
Is
just.
that the one I hexed?
15 and 20. This is your hexed one.
Yeah.
But it's I mean, she's not going to stay there, Mark. I'll be honest with you. So this is going to be it's kind of an even Warhammer Quest split, 1 and 1. Let's see. Have I hit anyone with these spiritual fecking weapons yet?
No.
So against Nick, 4.
I've been hit by one of them because I've taken force damage.
Natural 1 misses, and Jarek, 22.
Shocking.
Take some more force damage.
Yeah, the damage type he doesn't want to take.
That's 5 force damage.
Yeah.
And it's going to be. So that's bonus action. It's not a spell. Right. This one. Okay.
Did
You
they get
can
away with casting 3 spells on their first turn?
say again. Sorry.
Cantrip, Radiant Flame cantrip.
Sacred Flames
Yeah, but I
cantrip,
didn't-
dude.
Yeah, but I thought you could only cast 1 spell a turn.
One leveled spell.
Okay.
Yeah. So spiritual weapons
Why
bonus
me and
action.
Mark can Eldritch Blast.
I know
and
spiritual
hex.
weapons bonus action. I just thought that once you cast, that's
No,
it.
it's
So,
why me and Mark can hex and then Eldritch Blast.
right. Okay.
You've got double lightning bolts as well, haven't you? On your ladder now, because you're 5th level.
I have been, they're just not at plus anything. They've just rolled an 8 and a 10, so it's been alright.
Oh,
So this one here is going to attempt to cast Hold Person again. She's got 2 targets. I'll let the dice roll again. Mr. Cooper, if you could be the Harbinger of Doom this time. 1 and 2 is Nick. 3 and 4 is Jarek.
Three
3 and 4 is Jarek. That's a wisdom saving throw, dude. Please.
I'm spending my inspiration. Jarek's getting really racked off with this.
Okay, mate. Wow.
23.
Yeah, you pass. This spawn will then go back round to there. She's only got 10 feet of movement left, so I still think you can see her. This one is going to stick with a good old-fashioned Sacred Flame. Yeah, it's gonna be Jarek. Dexterity saving throw, please, dude.
11.
Meets it, beats it, and then she's going to move back 10 to there. Your turn, Adam. Jarek's turn.
Right. So what's left alive in front of me? Nothing.
One zombie here. In front of you,
Yeah.
nothing. Everything's dead.
Nothing.
You've just got the spinning blades of.
Right. So bone. Right. How far spiritual weapon travel on? Is it
20.
how far? 20. Is it? Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20 to there, and I'm going to walk up to there.
Sure. Smacky.
Yeah.
That's
So yeah. So smacky on that one, and then I can do something else with my actual action in a moment.
Shush, pussycat.
Smacky is a crit.
Awesome. Roll it.
Well, you won. Eh? What's up? You've been fed.
14.
14 kills it outright.
No, it doesn't.
No,
Was it
it
on what?
doesn't. Thanks, Adam.
And can I see either of these two irritating? I can't really see either of them from where I am, can I? No. So if I draw my line of sight down there, it goes straight past. She's too far
If
round.
you click on her, doesn't it show you line of sight? Or is it gone now because Dave's had to reveal?
Hold up.
If I click on me, I can't. Well, for some reason, if I click on me, I can't even see the people in front of me. It doesn't show me any of the live ones in front of me when I click to select Jarek.
Question for you, Adam. Have you got your goggles of the night on? I'm thinking the answer is going to be no to that.
Probably not.
Why wouldn't they?
Because they look stupid.
Oh, okay.
You have mentioned before that you don't like wearing them. I mean, if you were going to say to me that yes, you have, then you know.
Well, even then, I wouldn't. Where she's positioned, I can't see her from that angle of the building.
Oh, can't you? Okay.
As in actual line of sight. What I meant more was if I actually click on Jarek on the map, all of these zombies vanish and I can't see them.
Yeah, that's because
if I deselect him, I can.
Yeah, the map is set on a nighttime setting, and you, as a human, haven't got dark vision.
So I can't see someone that's actually stood there.
You can, yes, but that's.
The map says differently.
Oh, okay. So let's just give you.
I can't see my force weapon or anything when I've got my character selected for some reason.
After this, we'll have a long word about put your goggles on at night.
When it gets dark, lad, put goggles on.
Right, so what have I got left I can cast? Because I'm running out of spell slots. You can't have multiple concentrations running at once, can you?
No. Which reminds me.
I'm probably just going to sanctuary myself, I think.
Sure.
It's casting one bonus action, so I can't because I've used my bonus action.
Ah, yeah.
Smack a zombie.
And that's concentration. I haven't really got anything. I mean, I can hit something with a guiding bolt, but unless I'm hitting one of the big ones, it doesn't really feel worth it.
And you're at disadvantage because you're in melee range.
Yeah. You know, I'm just going to cast a cure wounds on myself because I've got quite a few level 1 slots, and I'm currently kind of got red. The edges of my screen are pulsating red.
Akxikas.
Right, I am going to. Where's me?
10. Super.
Second.
I'm no longer pulsing red.
Right, I'm just going to see if I've got the distance. Hold. What do you hold in to check distance?
Well, you can either move your token as long as you don't let go and remember where it is, or there's a measuring tool at the top.
Right, let's try to find me now. So I'm going to. Oh, bollocks. No, I'm not moving, is it? That one.
Remember, there's that one in the corner by Nik still.
3, 4. Yeah, but I'm using Misty Step.
Or you can Misty Step 30.
Yeah.
30, yeah.
So that's 20 feet there. So I'm going to Misty Step to there.
Okay.
And then I'm going to. I could only cast a cantrip. Let me just mark that spell off, actually. Okay, I can cast a cantrip, so I'm going to hit it with a. There's 3 of them, so sod it's risky. I'll try. Word of
Is he
Radiance.
about to cast something that's going to hurt me like he did when I wasn't here?
No, Word of Radiance. Just the baddies.
Okay.
So it's
If so, we were going to have to
Constitution
have words
saving
again.
throw, Dave. Was it? That's weird. Con 15.
Okay. So there's 3.
Yeah,
So
It's
12,
those 3 that are
12,
next to me.
14, and 6.
So they've all failed. So
Yeah.
it's 2d6 to each one. Would this be one roll and the same damage to all
Yeah,
of them?
yeah.
5.
It's a shame. Although it's still decent damage spread out. I'm going to go nip for a quick burst. I'll be back in a momento. We're going to the one zombie's turn. I'll be right back.
Shut up, you.
I assume, Dan, you're going to be finishing off that one and then joining us.
Hope so.
Yeah. Okay.
My plan
I mean-
is, if I've got the movement, my plan is to go around the corner to the last spawn.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to be shouting.
Druid.
I'll be shouting this as anyone kind of runs past me. I would have done as Akxikas, but he bamped past me, so it didn't count. That we need to try and capture one of them alive because there's questions for this.
I haven't got anything non-lethal.
Well, you just
Grappling.
say when you
Yeah, you just
attack
say your attack's
with the
non-lethal.
intention with
Right.
non-lethal.
Can I do that with an Eldritch Blast?
No.
Wait, that'd be up to Dave.
Yeah. I will. Yeah. DM's discretion.
Yeah.
We're saying because you can declare a non-lethal attack. Mark was
Can you do
asking
it
if
with
you
a
could do it with an
spell?
Eldritch Blast.
You set to stun.
Yeah. I don't see why not.
Okay.
Yeah, I figure in terms of this is your career, this is your profession, your professional badasses. So if you can do it with a sword, you can do it with a bow, you can do it with a spell. Why not?
Yeah.
Wicked. Yeah, if you can do it with a bow, then I'd say definitely you can do it with.
Well, you can
Yes,
mark
but then if you try to immobilise someone with a fireball, that's a bit riskier.
Yeah, I'd say if it's not a very controlled one.
Yes.
Just the thing, guys, but it is 22.
I understand. Yes,
But
probably not.
Again, Adam,
Well,
if you think of a evocation wizard can sculpt it around you.
Got to crack on.
Oh right, okay. Zombie attack on Nick. Oh yeah, sorry, Ted needs to get off.
Yeah.
21 to hit Nick.
Yeah, that hits.
3 damage.
Okay. Where am I?
I think we're not far off wrapping up anyway. So that's the one zombie which is in front of you. If you want to try and finish it.
Oh, is it my turn now?
Yeah.
How messed up is it looking? Actually, no. I need to definitely deal with it. I have got a question about this. Oh, that's not where I want to be. Come on, can I point? Why is it not letting me point here? There we go. This corner, do I have to go around or can I cut the corner?
You can call the corner.
Okay, so I'm going to attack straight ahead.
Sure.
Wait.
I should do it.
Get to the hamster.
Yeah.
Not sure why.
So +6 to this. 21.
That's if I'm taken away from tonight, then I'm thoroughly impressed with your character now. Yeah. Okay, it's dead. What are you doing?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'll take an attack of opportunity from
Will.
him.
5 misses.
I will bonus action to move Hex onto the vampire spawn in front of me.
Yeah. Has it got? Oh, it's got Mark's hex on. So
As well. Yeah. That'll make a difference.
Hunter's Mark. Yeah.
And I'll just look her in the eye and go, run.
Eat this.
Okay. Roll intimidation.
Ooh.
Your turn, Fester.
No.
It wasn't me.
Just not particularly intimidated, Dan.
Fine. I mean, if she doesn't want to run, she stood next to me, so.
Yeah, it's going to get biffed on conk next go.
But
Aha.
it was reverse psychology. You wanted us to stay so you could hit her.
Yeah.
I can just see the one in the bottom left.
Okay. With your elven eyesight, if it's to hit, she's going to have cover.
Well, it's lightning.
Half or 3/4. It doesn't matter.
So Dex 15 rolls an 8. Faster.
Go.
It's the anticipation.
God damn fucking dice. 24.
24 still not bad. Okay, so thoroughly singed. Still up.
Sin.
Now
Claiming
I
his
can see
second
you.
vampire spawn.
Go for it.
Little did it
Is
call.
it a goose
Took
or is
my
it a
deeds of
heat-seeking missile?
love.
Fire goose.
No, that was my club. What am I doing?
That'll do. It's still +3. Actually,
Yeah.
isn't it more than +3
Oh.
normally?
So normally I used my
balls.
magic balls, didn't I? But obviously that's probably leveled up with me.
It's. Have a quick. So it's attack bonus. Your spell attack modifier. So whatever your magic balls would be is its attack.
I'll roll that instead then. I've got it here now.
It's +8, yeah.
That's
24.
quite good.
Yeah, that'll hit. Roll your damage.
But this is just +3, isn't it? We were saying.
Yeah.
So 8.
1d6 +3, yeah. 8. She's on 1.
Right.
That's close.
Goose is more intimidating
right.
than me.
These lads need to make wisdom saving throws.
Yeah, they do.
Well, to be honest, I think they're all going to be on 1 hit point, regardless. Wisdom saves 2, 15, 20, and 17. However, roll your damage, Adam. Let's see what you get. That's nice.
17.
17 is good. They're all on 1 hit point. 3 and 1. Yeah. Okay, somehow they're not dead. They are, however. You know what?
So on my turn, I'm going to be bellowing at them. So
They need to make
Yeah,
a
yeah.
wisdom save if they attack Adam.
In truth.
Sanctuary.
Yeah. Have you've not attacked? No.
I didn't sanctuary.
Oh, you didn't in the
Didn't
end.
sanctuary, no.
No, because it's a bonus action and I use my mace, so I'm not sanctuaried.
Okay, so 3 attacks coming towards you and then 1 to Fester. I'm going to do Fester first, rolls 6 to hit, and then to Jarek. 18, 13. 18 hits?
Yeah.
3 damage negated.
0.
Yeah, and then 16, so they all ineffective at the best. Right, Vampire Spawn's turn. This one is going to cast Hold on you then.
Mm-hmm.
Wisdom save, please.
Ooh, that'll be a fail, right?
Yep. However, running.
Oh.
30. So if I cut the corner out of sight, she's run. And it would be a call. The two would shout to each other, and they. This one's going to dash off the map.
So the other one's not dashed, it's somewhere just round this corner.
Yeah, it was an action to cast hold person.
Yeah.
Paralysed and no longer concentrating. Jarek's turn.
I'm going to essentially bellow at the four that are around me that are pretty messed up to yield.
Okay. Intimidation.
25.
Okay. A natural 20. All four drop weapons.
In which case, I'll then relax the spell.
Okay. What I'm going to say to you, do you need to finish it right there, Ted?
I could do with doing so, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I'll make sure I save exactly where we are. And they've just surrendered to you.
And I'm paralysed.
Yes.
No, that's.
We don't care about that. You get another check pretty much straight away, though, because it's every 6 seconds you get to test.
Do you want to roll it now? Just.
I'd have really loved to have not failed that, because I'd have loved for you to have run off with my.
Trousers.
Well, I failed the first 6 seconds.
Yeah. You know, I'll just take it off you, dude, because you're gonna pass it sooner or later.
Well, I would say that it's the first one's the only one that gives any chance of trying to chase one down, basically. So, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Because I mean, the only other option would be for Festa to dash to try it, but
yeah.
Oh yeah, Festa would get a turn before she did, so potentially. Yeah.
And he is an elf.
As I say, he could potentially get an attack of opportunity on if he can get into base contact.
25, 30, 35.
And he could dash potentially, or.
Well, I think if he dashes, her turn, she's going to have to run away again, which would give us an attack of opportunity and keep pursuing it. I know Ted needs to go, but I just don't want one. They're the ones we'd want to talk to rather than the minions.
You could always long rest, speak with dead.
They're a live target. There's more to play with.
I like tomato sausage.
Nice. So I'll have a look to see when next me and Ted, our rotors, allow us to have a game, and I'll send you the usual.
And I'm off all week, Dave, so if you get any sort of Solasta time, just give us a ring.
I'll try and fit something in, Mark. I'll try and have a game with you, yeah.
Right, chaps, it's